adjust this microphone. There we go. In place, in motion. Let's move the phone off. The phone goes off the table. The phone is right next to where the microphone is clamped. And if you ever get a phone call in the middle of the stream, it's just... It's the worst sound in the world. Anyways, 3, 2, 1... Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. It is the Biendeo stream today on this fine 9th of June 2025. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and we'll have a wonderful week ahead of you. Yeah, no, my week's been pretty good, and yes, hello everybody, greetings Blub. And yeah, no, my week's been eventful, I'll definitely say that, but certainly it's been cold, and nothing says cold less like a warm, hot swap to the game. So here we go. We will talk about the Switch 2. We're also going to talk about a little bit of the RX 9060 XT. Just a little bit, because I know I keep talking about hardware all the time. And on top of that, I think a lot of general sentiments about the Summer Games Fest, which is not E3. I'm too used to calling it E3. It's been like that my entire life, and now it's like, yep, no, it's not E3 anymore, it's Summer Games Fest, because E3 as a organization doesn't exist anymore, and yeah, that's kind of the point there. So but yeah, in last week's stream, we had the goal of collecting orbs. We need to collect 3 or 6 orbs in order to unlock where we need to get to, and we found 3 of them, but I think we also found the easy 3, so we're going to be trying the best to get through, but I think there's a lot of good things that we can do to get these orbs. We might be able to get them all this stream. I don't know, we'll see. So, I have completely forgotten names of places again, so I've got my handy reference out just in case. And we should be able to, hopefully, cast and return and go to Lancel, which will be the key location of where we need to go to, because there's a little tiny entrance there. I'm pretty sure if you just bail off to the west direction, maybe? We should be able to get out there, right? Yeah. Nope. Come on. There's gotta be some way. I know there's some way to get to here. Oh well. But yeah, let's dive into it. So, on Thursday, the Nintendo Switch 2 released. This is the big console release, and the opinions that I've seen are it's good. It's actually really neat from a hardware standpoint. I'm going to say all of this is third party. I know mates who have played it, but I have not touched it myself. I'm not going to say any direct opinions about what it is until I guess, really get my hands on it myself. And also on top of that, I don't want to say this as like, oh, you know, go and buy it now, because there's really no rush. And I think that's the general take-home, is that it's a neat console release. Certainly Mario Kart is a very, very well-received game. Are people loving it more than the Mario Kart 8? The answer is, depends. It kind of depends on who you are. Some people are definitely very on board with the changes. A lot of people are very accepting of, hey, it's a new Mario Kart, and it's good, and it's a little different, but it's kind of fun. Some people don't like it as much, but I think the general sentiment is, if you did like Mario Kart 8, you're going to like this one a fair bit as well. I knew it was like somewhere off to the side. And this is where we get all of our cheeky little teleports as well, so I'm going to mental note, keep that one in there. Hi there. Good of you to come, Biendeo. Your courage is put to test at this temple. Do you have the courage to fight even alone? Not really. Ah, you're honest at least. See ya. Okay. Well. Goodbye, party. Then go, Biendeo. Well, this is how we get in there, so... a whole dungeon where you fight it only by yourself, which means, I guess, good experience for the main character, but not exactly good experience for anything else. I believe this is a bit of a meme room, because if you go, like, west enough, you've just looped back. You haven't exactly gone anywhere. And then there's all these pillars all over the place, but I'm pretty sure there's chests around the outside, and hopefully we don't get cannon boxed. It's probably going to happen anyways. But yeah, no, I gotta fight all these dudes myself, which might have been easier if I took the boomerang with me. But I also don't think these are as absurdly tough enemies as maybe they used to be. Like, there's a reason why I've held it this late. Also, my magic is a little awkwardly low. I think it's because I warped here and I didn't rest at the end, but... Just mental note, if I need to evacuate, then that's the reason why. That is... Yeah, no, I definitely burnt a lot of it just teleporting here, so... That's okay. We'll get there. It's not a particularly long dungeon as well, so we should be okay there. But yeah, no... Oh, okay. It's actually a full-on mimic as well, so that's fun. He's beating me. I didn't die, though. And he stole the magic. That just... That's a bit annoying, but... Everyone likes mimics. That is true. Will we get him? No. Oh, Biendeo, how could you die? Well, we try again. At least he's nice there. I don't know... Did I lose all my money? I wasn't counting, but I'm not holding on to a ton, so maybe. Yeah, exactly. There are an awful amount of mimics in this game, though, I tell ya. Like, there's so many. Keep getting caught out in every dungeon. But yeah, no, it seems that the hardware is actually really neat. Certainly there's a bit of a reception to it as well that I think is somewhat expected. A little bit, like, trivial, like, in the sense of, like, you know, fanboys and anti-fanboys, you know, fighting on the Twitters, which is usually everyone fights on Twitter. And fanboys, I swear, like, should be a done thing. I don't know why there are Xbox fanboys or PlayStation fanboys. I do get the Nintendo ones just because I do not buy... I haven't bought a PlayStation or an Xbox in ages. I only bought them back in the 6th generation days, and that was it. But I also do feel like, well, you know, like, there's no real reason to fanboy over Nintendo. It's just like they're another company. The only difference is that Nintendo has exclusives on the system, really. And I kind of like the form factor. The form factor's fun. So we'll get into a couple of things. But for the most part, it seems that everything on the Switch 2 is better than the first Switch, except for the OLED Switch 2 or Switch 1. I think some people will definitely go, it's kind of disappointing. Also, then you get put on this, like, absurd floor. And I'm pretty sure there's, like, walls everywhere, but if you just go directly north, you'll at least find where you need to go. Yeah, they definitely... I mean, I do agree that... Yeah, oh, exactly. The 3D Marios are great. I generally do find a lot of enjoyment out of those games. The fanboys would get crazy over that, but, like, in the same way as, like, you know, back in the... Actually, if anything, I'm still oh, nice. I'm still jealous that, like, we don't have a Gran Turismo. You know what I mean? Like, we need some kind of equivalent of Gran Turismo on other platforms. There is Forza Motorsport, which I did like Motorsport 7. I don't think it's quite at the high of, you know, say a Gran Turismo 4. I think that game is, you know, one of the absolute cream of the crop games out there. And that's saying something as well, given that I haven't played 5, 6, or 7. Oh, that's nice of you found me during that as well, yeah. I do want to play more, although I have played 64 already, which means that we've really only got 2 in that list, unless, you know, I start including lots of other Mario games, which is a maybe, but I don't have any on my roadmap just yet. Well, this seems a bit more oh, turn around! Okay, sure. Sure, bro. I don't know. But yeah, there are some people, I guess, tweets. Maybe they're a bit more inflammatory, like they're literally just there to stir people and get ad revenue on Twitter, which is such a shame that, like, you know, any time that someone's, like, baiting, 98% of the time, it's because they've actually got the ad revenue going. They're just trying to get money out of it. So when I see a little bit of gameplay from Mario Kart 8, and it's like 50cc, they're not really... Sorry, Mario Kart world. And it's like 50cc, it's not really like, you know, too fancy there. And they're just like, oh, you know, like, Nintendo, like, fans, you know, buy the same game again and it's still 30 FPS. And I was just like, I'm gonna ignore this guy then. For your own good, turn around! Turn around! Oh. I mean, it's a few enemies. It's not too bad. But yeah, I'm like, not only is Nintendo usually one to chuck higher refresh rate at the cost of, you know, the graphics fidelity, but also Mario Kart World and potentially many Switch 2 titles will have a 120Hz mode. Like, we are in that day and age where we can do 120Hz. Why don't we just... I don't know why... And it's weird as well, because I don't think... No one particularly is at that point in time... Also, I am copping it here. And I don't exactly... I'm just going to run this one. That's a bit of a doozy of a fight. But, like... I mean, in the same way as, like, the PS5, yeah, I kind of get a bit gripped with games that are still 30 FPS locked. It's kind of like, why? You know, like... Oh. Your willpower is to be commended. But defiance alone is not courage. You need courage to listen to what others have to say at times. Oh, fine. But the other one said to turn around as well. What a meanie. What a meanie face on the wall. And now they're punishing me because I ran from the last fight. I don't think that's how it works, but I always feel that whenever enemies get to have a turn before you do, it's always divine punishment for running away from a fight. At least these dead stalls run away, so... Where's their divine punishment for running away from the fight? But yeah, for the most part, I think the opinions of a lot of people, I'm not going to say most people or whatever, but you'll find very honest opinions, and you'll be like, oh, you know, like those are people really enjoying the console if they bought it. I think a lot of people who definitely, like, you're going to get a lot of, how would I put it? Like, most people buying a Switch 2 this early are people who obviously were excited to get it, and so they're naturally going to be more positive about it than perhaps you would otherwise expect, but, you know, that's fine. Other than that, I don't know too much about Mario Kart itself, so I can't really tell you that much on the software, although I can tell you that, one of my mates did get the Switch, was it the Nintendo Switch 2 Tour kind of downloadable title, which was, I think, 15 Australian, and he said it's neat. You might not find the value in there, but it is neat. He likes it, so I'll definitely give that one a little bit of a slight wink, I guess. I don't really have, like, too strong opinions. I guess I'd need to play it myself, but certainly, I think people were very, like, judgmental about it, and not to say that, like, they're wrong, because they might still be very right, where it's like, why do I have to pay for this? That might actually be a fair thing. Many Nintendo consoles in the past had tie-ins. The PS5 has Astro's Playroom. I think a lot of people will probably go, yeah, why do we have to pay for this? And that's fair. In the chest is a tiny medal. How cool is that? And also in the other chest there's, you know, the blue orb. There you go. 14 minutes in. Already got the fourth of 6 orbs. Easy. It was just chilling here the whole time. I think there's another room I also want to check out, so I might wander back before I warp out. But yeah, like, yeah, other than that, everything else about the console seems pretty fine. I think, you know, the high refresh rate screen is pretty neat to have on it. I think that's probably the biggest selling point, is the fact that we are getting those higher resolutions and higher frame rates, and I think anyone who is still playing on a 1080p monitor, maybe, and a 1080p 60 TV, is probably not getting as full an experience as anything, you know, any better monitor. And I'd probably say, yeah, like, people should go for it. People should really like start to upgrade their displays at this point. Same thing with the PS5, same thing with the Xbox Series. Like, I think the same rules apply. 1440p is certainly a bit more of a treat, and it's kind of nice that the Switch 2 supports 1440p directly. But yeah, like, a high refresh rate is hopefully here to stay. I think Nintendo's been pretty good at pushing for, you know, high frame rates when available. I know the Nintendo 64 was a bit shocking. But, it's not even the worst. The Nintendo 64 isn't even the worst, but there's certainly so many games in that early 3D era where it's like, like in the same way as ray tracing nowadays is so intense, and we're still getting to that point where it's like, it's very hard to, you know, add enough rays to make the effect meaningful. So many games sort of, oh, this is going to be a bit awkward. Okay, if they just keep fleeing, I might actually just be able to, like, heal in the middle of this fight. There you go. The fire bows is kind of annoying. Yeah. Or, you know, maybe not at this rate anymore. But, yeah, like, when early 3D was a thing, and it's like, yeah, the frame rates are not 60 FPS anymore. Like, not a lot of people were doing, like, 3D and managing to somehow get 60 frames a second. Even in interlaced modes. It just was not happening. I think ray tracing is the same thing. The Switch 2, while capable of ray tracing, I don't think anyone particularly cares. Not about the ray tracing, but rather, I don't think Nintendo is particularly pushing for ray tracing in any way. So, let's outside, because we're done. It was actually a pretty short dungeon, so... Oh. Yeah, we could just go straight back in, but... We're all good. Let's wander back here. Hello. I'm glad you're back. Shh, be quiet. Anyway, because I died on the way. Good to see you back safely. Weren't you lonely? Yes. I see. Spoken like a lone wolf. Forgive my foolish question. Then were you brave? Wait, you should know the answer. Now go on. You can still take the rest of your party in, I'd imagine, but I don't know. It's a pretty straightforward dungeon, so. Yeah, I think you need the final key for that, which is why, you know, we didn't really go into it right away. I can see it. If you have parted ways with a friend while traveling, that friend will give you new hope. Wow. Thank you, my man. Thank you. That's actually a good hint as well, where we should be going next. Or not, but it's worth visiting. So, let's rest at the inn and then continue our journey. Yeah. So, other than that, I don't have a lot of thoughts on the Switch 2. I think there's some things that maybe it could have been better. I think loading times are ridiculously good as well. I'm actually kind of glad that, like, there's a lot of really, like, good before and afters with games like Smash Brothers, where it's like, look how long this black screen after the character select before it loads into the battle, and then there's like 1 second on the Switch 2. But then there's other games that just have, like, such ridiculous loading screens to begin with. And they are half the length, but they're still ridiculous. I don't know, some of them I don't really buy as much. I sort of think that some of them, like, let's go to Edinburgh, I think. Yeah, some of them are just like, yeah, no, those games are not that optimized, and a better console is at least making it a little better. The Pokemon examples are probably the clear test as well, because, I don't know, those games are just... They're fine enough, like, they work, but they're not, like... I don't know, there's so much craft in those games to, exactly get the best out of them, so... Anyway, let's bang. I will probably pick one up soonish. I'm actually really looking forward to playing the Donkey Kong game, so I think it might be a good time to grab one around there, but... I mean, you know, they're gonna always be around. I'm not too sure if they're in stock right at the very moment. I guess depending on your store availability might be a bit weird, but for the most part, like, I don't think anyone's gonna be like, oh, you know, like, you didn't buy a Switch 2 day one? Like, what are you doing? You know, like, the only reason why you should really get one right now is to play Mario Kart. Or if you wanted to, you know, get a new console and then, you know, play all the old games in a better way. I guess, like, you know, maybe that, but... yeah, like, you know, as for experiences you can't get elsewhere, it's just Mario Kart right now. And the Switch 2 Welcome Tour. We'll probably see quite a bunch in the next few weeks. I don't know, we'll see. I don't think we're really gonna get, I guess, what's the term? We're not gonna get, like, too many exclusives outside the Nintendo bubble, I feel. And I think the easy tell is, here's a segue onto the Summer Games Fest and all of the other presentations. Every single game in Sony State of Play, and I know it's kind of obvious, but just to highlight further as well, the Xbox presentation, every single one of those has a Steam page, except for Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered. It's in their press statement. They're gonna make one. It's just not up yet. But every single other game, from Pragmata to what's another one? To Lumines to what's one they showed late in the thing? The Marvel Arxis fighting game. Every single game has a Steam page. Yeah, no more exclusives. At least, it's probably a soft opinion, but I also think that, like, you know, like Square Enix, for example, is bailed hard. They vocally said that there's no, you know, the gains that they got from accepting Sony's money for an exclusivity deal is not worth it, I guess. Like, they would prefer to get the sales right now than to wait until much later. The PC audience seems to be pretty good, and also, on top of that, in this they announced that Final Fantasy VII Remake and the second one as well, Rebirth, are coming to the Xbox as well, because, think about it, that's the last console. They're on the Switch, or at least the first one is. The first one is on the Switch too. It's a launch title. But yeah, it was like, oh, it's not on the Xbox yet. And so, they're doing that. Let's check out what's happening in the town. I don't actually think anything's changed. We can still wander around a bit, but I think this guy will probably say the same thing. We owe it all to you. Yeah, I think this is the same as what it was last time, so I think this will become a town. That is fair. Okay, so now we've got a bit of an interesting place to go to. I'm actually gonna, ironically, I'm gonna warp back to Lancel, because I actually think this is the right place to be. Ironically, and we're gonna rest at the end again just to get my magic back. It's a bit pricey, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, no, all the exclusives don't exist. Every single game is on Steam, even if they didn't say that they were on PC in the presentation. Trust me, they're all in there, and not even trust me, you can look it up yourself. Certainly, there were a lot of games that actually weren't there warps here? Hold on. I don't know why I just thought there were warps everywhere here. Probably makes sense. Okay, so warping here is not the right way. Let's see. I think probably the best place would be go to Portoga, I guess. Also, I know I could use return with the sage, but let's go to Portoga and let's sail. Because I know that there's the travel gate we found in, what would it be? Argentina? Roughly Argentina on the map? You know, that place down there. You can see a lot of this South America is unexplored, and we'll get there eventually, but, let's follow this path down. As for the other games, I think the other thing that I thought is like, oh snap, are we actually, like, what is the vibe? What is the kind of game that people are making? And the answer is single player. Barely any games in the PlayStation State of Play were multiplayer based. I think there was one that was a co-op shooter. There was one that had kind of like the Dark Souls message kind of feature where you'd see ghosts of other players. but everything else was very much a single-player game, or you know, maybe it has a co-op mechanic to it, but it's really, you know, it's not like it's a strictly co-op game. I think there was one for the there was a very brief tease for the Control 4-player shooter, the one where you shoot Post-it Notes Man. I remember that one showing up, and I was like, oh yeah, Post-it Notes Man. I think they gave him an endearing name in the... oh, they called him Sticky Ricky. That's the name of the Post-it Man, Sticky Ricky. Yeah, that one's one of the co-op games, but for the most part, yeah, it's very much single player. We didn't really have any kind of always online games really too much. I think we had kind of an update for the Elder Scrolls Online and Fallout 76 in the Xbox showcase, but no, yeah, there were a couple of co-op ones in the PC Gamer Show as well. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, it's mostly single player. And I think the vibe nowadays is that games that are always online or are game as a service are a bit of a meme, bit of a joke now. There we go. So we need to head to our warp points, and then we need to figure out how do we get somewhere. Because yeah, this is what I meant. I thought we were in the place. This isn't the place, but I just wanted to note that one. Also, hell, where's it in? Also, this isn't the place, is it? No. Do we have other warps in this room, or...? There had to be more than here, right? This is me very misremembering where the shrines were. Okay, well, back to... Portoga, I guess? We're going back to Portoga, because I know that there's the, yeah, there's literally the shrine here. Oops. Yeah, this warp might be the one that I need. There's warps everywhere, so as long as you remember the places that had warps. Oh, you know it's good when you hear dungeon noises. But I'm not really in a dungeon, am I? Nope, now I'm in the starting world. It's still not quite where I need to be. I mean, this shrine's just up here. Like, this guy's like, oh, smart of you to come here. I've sailed the world seas. I'll tell you about the world. Sail south down along the coast. You'll round the Cape of Tadanki. Yeah, I know. Well, we'll keep looking around for these gates. But yeah, lots of single-player games, and I think, in general, I actually kind of like the Sony presentation a bit. I think that the trailers were punchy for the most part. Most of the things they showed off were pretty, you know, like varied and solid. Starting off with a puzzle game with Luminous Arise is a very visually interesting and also slightly left field trailer to show. I was not expecting a puzzle game to start the presentation. But yeah, in general, there were a lot of pretty neat games on show. I think I really liked the... what's one? There's... I've written it down here. I really liked the Digimon Story trailer as well. And showing off everybody's golf is always like, oh, near and dear to me. So I think maybe in here... Another portal in here. Maybe we'll find the way. I think this is the one, because this is the one... Yeah, this is the one that branches off into different pathways. How'd I get myself confused with two different warp areas as well? Okay, so it's not here. Let's see what's in the right path. Okay, where did this one put me? Ah, okay, that's good. That's where we want to be. I remember we wandered into here, and you needed to end up somewhere in the middle of hold on, did I say South Africa before? South America before? Now I'm in South America, but I haven't been into Africa either, so. Anyway, yeah, this is where you need to be. The reason why you need to take this this warp is, one, they want to test that you've got the final key, because it's kind of easy to accidentally wander into lots of areas by the time you get the boat. But also, yeah, they landlock this whole place. It's all got mountains around the outside. You cannot drive a ship in, you cannot walk into it. You have to take the gate, so. These old hags are very cruel. And they steal magic. Well, at least that took them out, but this is going to be fun for healing, isn't it? Well, good luck everyone, and hope for the best. We'll do a bang, why not? Did I have any other ones written down from the Sony one? Hirogami was also a real neat one. I like that one. It's got the, kind of the Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, kind of you fold into different things. Weird that, like, that's the only Paper Mario game that even did that as well. I'm like, that's just missed opportunity, guys. Come on. And the other one was, called, what was it called? Sword of the Sea. They mentioned Journey as, some of the creative talent worked on that one, but, it was a curious one, because, you're surfing on sand dunes on a sword. And it gives me a very snowboardy vibe, and I think any game with casual snowboarding will be a nice chill time. So, give that one a look out. But yeah, for the most part, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm happy with the stuff that was shown off. It was a fun little presentation. They mentioned Deus Ex. It's coming to the PlayStation Classics. The PS2 version is. So, that's fun. That came before the mention of Twisted Metal 3 and 4 in connection to the Netflix show as well. They were like, Deus Ex. And I was like, oh, okay. So, that PlayStation Classics library has a ton of games already, so I thought that was actually, you know, like... yeah, there's a PS2 version of Deus Ex, which is, it's a curious release. There's a lot of weird ones. Same thing with, like, the PS2 version of, Half-Life. It's just like, oh, okay. I love that Half-Life 1 is only on the PS2, and Half-Life 2 is only on the Xbox. Until you get the 360 release of the orange box, but... And yeah, Twisted Metal. Twisted Metal is one where I probably should play one of the games I haven't. I always mix it up in my head with Carmageddon, but I know they're fairly different games as well. There we go. There's a whole castle here, by the way. So, once you manage to wander into here, which maybe I should have right off the bat, we can warp to, where was it? What was it called? Seminole, that's the one. Seminole. There we go. Where's that person that introduced me to the town? He's not even here. He's not even here, so... definitely, yeah, give that State of Play a watch. I think it was pretty neat. Yeah, pretty solid. Then, quite a number of days later, there were other announcements as well. Bit empty. Actually, everything's a bit empty, isn't it? Many people are imprisoned and executed daily. The king was so kind before. Well, good thing you're saying that out loud, bro. There's lots of seeds in here, though, I'll tell you. But yeah, yeah, a few days later, the Xbox presentation happened. This was actually, maybe like late yesterday? It was pretty, like, it was fairly recently, because the whole thing sort of had these, like, smaller games shown off, smaller presentations, and certainly you'll find other games that probably were announced, and I probably haven't seen the trailers just because I only watched, like, the really big ones. But yeah, no, in the Xbox One, it was a lot longer of a presentation, and I think there was maybe not as much stuff going on. Also, just note, the Sony one didn't mention Marathon. Like, you could probably guess exactly why they didn't talk about Marathon, but, They didn't talk about Marathon. Also, Dragon Shield. Ooh, it's very nice. Don't need a black hat, really. This magic armor would be nice to grab after I'd already bought one, so it's kind of nice to get there. The zombie sword is probably not that necessary, I don't think. And honestly, I've been sticking with boomerangs for the other characters, so I think that mostly gets me through things. So we'll probably grab a Dragon Shield. That's a big defense bump for 3500 at some point. Ah, you came up the wrong stairs! Very nice. But yeah, the Xbox One didn't have as much to say, I feel. There was definitely some kind of more sleepery games. Also, there was a lot of weird frame rates in the Xbox One. I don't know, maybe it was the live stream rather than the trailers after the fact, so maybe it was actually a lot better. But it did make things look a bit stilted. I'm like, oh, how buttery smooth was the PlayStation one? And then here's this. So there's yet another funeral in town. Oh, okay. Well, this is gonna be, you know, pretty good. What are you called for by the king? Oh, yeah. Don't lie. We haven't been notified that the likes of you are coming. Oh, no. Then get lost. Wow. Okay. Okay, sure. Alright, well, we're gonna have to find a way to sneak in then. Unless that door around the outside helps. Yeah, let's check out that guard around the outside. I don't have written down notes for this, so I'm going entirely off the top of my head. Well, I guess I probably need to trigger the funeral in order to get by. That's probably what's going on there. But yeah, there were, how would I put it? I remember the Microsoft Showcase didn't show off Halo. It also didn't show off, oh, yeah, I was like, oh, this is a scene. May the gods above bless the soul of the brave warrior Brennan. Oh, my dear, why did you die? Oh, Brennan, you were a good man. It's terrible. He was executed just for making fun of the king. I won't be able to do my business the way things are. Isn't Papa coming home anymore? Did he go somewhere? Your Papa, he... Ooh. Come, let us carry the fallen Brennan to rest with the gods. Oh, this is fun to witness. Just as I was talking about Halo. And then they all are again. And there they go. That explains why there weren't as many people in the town. RIP. Also, there's items all over the place here. I swear. Nothing screams main character like robbing graves. That'll be some good stuff. Look at that, man. I'll tell you. You just gotta know. You just gotta know that's there. They started off the presentation talking about the Outer Worlds 2, and I think it was probably quite obvious that, you know, Outer Worlds 2 was probably their big darling child that they had for this this year. I think I did enjoy the first game, but I also played it on Game Pass, and I didn't actually, like, that was when the Game Pass was new, so the novelty of, like, oh, you know, here's a big game, and you don't have to buy it, you just pay, at the time, literally $1 a month, which was an absolute steal. Even nowadays, it's pretty okay if you go in and out and quickly, like, play a game. If you binge a game, you go for it. So, my opinion on the Outer Worlds is I think a lot of people probably overhype Fallout New Vegas, and that's a controversial take. I like New Vegas's, like, aims. I like where it's going. I like a lot of the big ideas that it's going for. Do you agree? Yeah. By the way, if a friend is blown away by the spell Disperse, you can find him at Ruida's Tavern. Oh yeah, mental no, that's gonna happen. The Outer Worlds is New Vegas, but with the scope so heavily reduced that perhaps some of the people who really thought of the, I guess, like, the grand scale of New Vegas will be disappointed. But on the flip side, I also found it a lot more consistent and maybe a bit more personable of an experience. There were a lot of things in the Outer Worlds where I went, oh, you know what, like, this is the trade entrance. Are you here on business? Yeah. Oh, you can come in. Oh, okay. We will be executed. Tiny metals everywhere, I tell ya. But yeah, no, I did like the Outer Worlds a bit more. Well, maybe not a bit more, but certainly I liked it quite a bit. And, does it have the replayability? Maybe, but is it absolutely the most amazing game in the world? No. This sequel looks like more of the same, but it does have a shrink ray, and I think shrink rays and other kind of wacky weapons are cool. It had the freeze guns as well. They were doing some freeze kills. So certainly sure, but I think proof is in the pudding. We're gonna have to, you know, wait until the game comes out, I guess, to really judge. What were some other ones as well? Oh, they showed off High on Life 2. I'm curious if they're gonna hire the Justin Roiland and, I guess, successor, the one that's working on the Rick and Morty after him. That's kind of fun that I'm up here, but also why? Can I even get off this roof? What's happening here? Oh, there's a door. I'm blind as a bat, I tell ya. Oh, I've just snuck into his bedroom. And I found a cheat book. It's just a personality trait, don't worry. And a club. Oh. Bail out the back. Father used to be compassionate. It's as if my father's become someone else. Let me just one more time. Yeah, High on Life I never played. Oh, how did you get in there? I'll keep quiet. You get out now. I don't suppose he's got anything secret in the bed. Think about it. He lives in a single bed. In the center of this room. It's absolute class right there. Anyways, let's say hi to him. How did you get in? I don't like the looks of you. Guards, jail these vagrants. Oh, well. Should have seen that coming. The easiest way to jail is to exist. This way. Get in. You'd better be on your best behavior. And now we are trapped here forever. I'm just kidding. We literally have a key that opens every door in the world. Monsters must be possessing people. That's horrible. That is indeed a corpse. I do agree there. Any other ones? Updates for other games? Like Simon, whose corpse rotted in the jail in the lake far northeast of Romali. I'm here to be chained for the rest of my life? Lots of tiny mouths, jeez. Any other ones I could really note? The La Mirror, which is said to reflect only the truth, is rumored to be in the cave south of here. As soon as I told that to someone, they threw me in the cell. What the heck is going on here? Good thing there's a little exit to the south as well. The deepest of the dungeons. Is someone there? I am the king. Someone took the change staff and assumed my guise. Oh, the despair I feel. He's got like a blindfold on. He can't take it off. What's happening there? But yeah. Other than that, I don't think there were... How would I put it? There's probably some other ones. There was one in the PC Gamers show. Something is wrong with the king, but we cannot defy the king. I cannot move from here. But it's been rumored that there is a secret passageway here. We just gotta keep prodding for a secret passageway. Okay, well. I mean, most likely, given that there wasn't any blocks on the left wall, I'm just going to assume that this is secretly more path somewhere. Come on. Oh, there it is. That's nice that they at least tell you about it. So, yeah. Other than that, we'll wander into a cave and try to find this mystical change staff. Or rather, the person has a change staff, so we'll look for something. But yeah, it's not too far of a trek, but you do have to trek, I guess. So, but yeah, let me see as well. I'm gonna look up Xbox. Hold on, PlayStation State of Play 2025 games. I don't think 2025 is the right term as well because they've run multiple of these. But everything announced. Thank you, pressstart.com.au. What are some other ones that we saw? So we've got, these are all out of order, because I hate these articles, they always do it out of order. There's the trailer for the James Bond game. This looks, like this is the first time we've actually seen it. I think it looks okay. I don't know, it's a bombastic first-person shooter, like, campaign. It doesn't exactly, like, you know, I don't think it's anything that we wouldn't have expected, but it definitely does feel like 2010 has returned in some bizarre way. There's a bunch of games all over the place that give me that kind of back to the end of when cover-based shooters were a thing. Did you heal and flee? You healed and healed. You turned heal. Look at this thing here. So, welcome to yet another cave. Because everyone likes caves. They're everywhere. We got some places to visit in this cave. I have no idea where I've started. So we'll just sort of wander around. We'll see what's happening here. I think, I'm actually not too sure if there's any... Oh, we got some serious Skeletors and Torchdragon. That's a wild name and a half, isn't it? Ooh, he's defending as well. So me taking a whole turn of meleeing him is probably not the most ideal thing in the world. Also, Air's currently getting hit. And these skeletons attack twice, so I should probably have really kind of railed on that one. Okay, let's see how we get through this. So I'll keep attacking him. You gotta heal more. Or maybe just a regular heal, rather. Nyx is just gonna attack because that's what he does, and we'll do a bang. Just to clear both groups. But yeah, no, I did think the trailer was okay. Definitely loud and big, but yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know if it exactly did it. Oh, there's the bot. There it is. I don't know if it exactly sold me on the game just yet. It also had very brief clips of driving segments, and they looked dreadful. I think there's so many games out there where there's driving moments that are just not. They're not at all the quality of the rest of the game, and I'm curious if this represents it, so we'll see. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, not too much to say. I've also not got that much experience with Mortal Kombat, but I will say that lots and lots of documentary footage is a very nice add-in, so I like that one. I mentioned the the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. It is a Final Fantasy Tactics remaster. There is not a lot to say, but it's nice that they both have a very purist mode and as well another mode that has a slightly, you know, kind of fancier presentation. Still mostly normal in its aesthetic, but there we go. I'm wandering around a ton. Oh, more of these fellas. These guys just don't know when to give up. But it's got voice acting in that new presentation mode, which I think is quite curious. So we'll see. But certainly, it's a Final Fantasy game that I think a lot of people really like, and they didn't really, you know, it's been a while. Let's just say. I think it has a GBA port. Also, just as a small note as well, I am amazed by how many games are still coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Like, not to say that there's any reason why they are unable to play the games, but I would have imagined that there would be the hard cutoff of when game developers just stop. And it seems that now is not that time. There are a lot of games that are just still coming out for those consoles. So, props to them, props to the people going for it, props to the people who still buy those games on PS4 and stuff, because there you go. Seriously, I mean, it should be capable enough to play Final Fantasy Tactics, that's fine. Ghost of Yote, I don't know anything, I just know people like... Well, I mean, it's a Goodwill sequel, so we'll say that. They didn't show gameplay really as well. It's coming out. It's coming out this year, but they said they're also going to talk more about it later, so... Luminous Arise is the game. Pragmata, if I had to describe it based on the trailer, it gives me very Dead Space vibes with the kind of way that he's intentionally aiming and sort of looking around, but you do have a magical robot girl on your back. To that, I then went the Steam community page. People were putting cute and funny in the tags on that Steam page, and the replies were, or the threads were very, very, we'll just say it's prime literature right there. So, some of them are gone now, I don't know, but, you know, definitely, that girl character is indeed cute and funny, so, yeah, it was an interesting one, but, I also, as I looked it up, that game had a release date of 2022, like ages ago, because obviously it's not 2022 anymore, and so now it's like, oh no, we've made it. It's happening now. It is still next year, but it is, you know, at least it has visuals, it has a trailer, and it's coming out hopefully soonish. These enemies getting revived is actually not that bad because they don't get revived to full health. Which, there's so many other RPGs where enemies get revived to full health. It's kind of nice to not have that happen. Like, yeah, guy in the middle is revived. I mean, he has more than 21 health. We'll say that. But he's got less than 78 or something. So. What else? Yeah, they focus a lot on that Marvel fighting game at the end. I don't have too much to really say other than Arxis are very well regarded right now. They seem to be, you know, definitely have the pedigree right now. And they also, yeah, it's a 4v4, like a tag fighting game. So, that's fun. Oh, boy, chess. I think I remember that. There's a lot of chess. Are we probably going to get memed? We might get memed. A token. What's the one Jensen quote? The future is tokens. I get to meme on Jensen at some point later today. Ooh, kill armor. Cura. Well, you know where this is going, so, Let's try and clear out these groups as best as we can. Look at that decreasing damage. It's beautiful. And, yeah, I don't have too much to say, but looks okay. Romeo is a dead man. I thought the trailer was more interesting when it wasn't showing the core gameplay, because it looks kind of like Dead Rising when it hit the core gameplay, and it looked incredibly wacky otherwise. Probably the No More Heroes vibes, because Suda51. But, yeah, no, looks okay. Also, heal all. Ugh. This is a kind of gnarly, like, group of enemies to come across as well, isn't it? I don't know, I'd probably just continue going in for it, I guess. Might be able to keep winging it with Infernos, I guess. We might go for the Curas. I don't know, we'll see. Silent Hill F, it's, I thought this one actually got refused classification in Australia, but looking at it, it's now actually just sitting at MA, which isn't even our highest rating. It's another Silent Hill, but also people are liking recent Silent Hill. They like the remake, and, I think there's good spirit. I think people think that it could come back, so sure, okay. Bloodstained, The Scarlet Engagement, it's a sequel to Bloodstained. I haven't played the original. All I can say is, I guess if you like Metroidvanias, cool. Yeah, the Digimon story trailer was very full on with just bits of everything. I think it was a very strong trailer. That one's neat. Also, a lot of people really liked the previous Digimon story, so I'd actually probably play that one first, but I need to play that one. Baby Steps, which is, it's the Bennett Foddy game. Bennett Foddy is back at it again, making a wacky game, so... Hiragama I mentioned, Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This is a side-scrolling, spritey platformer, and it's out very soon, so that's neat. That one actually looks kind of cool. I get very DuckTales vibes out of the kind of way that the character's bouncing around the combat, so yeah. There's a game called Cairn, which is a climbing game. It looked alright, but then the character was not actually alone. I was really expecting it to be a very, like, you know, you're on your own, you're climbing this, you know, mountain by yourself, and, you know, you've got to, like, look after your resources and, you know, manage to make it up there, like that kind of stuff. Just like a nice, chill experience. But then the character proceeded to talk to someone else, and I then went, oh, it probably makes sense that you're not climbing this massive mountain by yourself, but... Also, 24G. Life Acorn. Whoops. Tiny Metal. Well, that's usually the best reward, is it not? Well, there's only 4 Curas this time, so... It's a slightly easier fight, I guess. Yeah, if it wasn't for that. Also, the character injured her hands, and it was kind of goopy looking. Like, I don't know, it's a little bit mean-spirited in that one. We'll see. Trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, which we know about and keeps getting told about, but it's coming up soon, so. Neo 3, which sort of had a bit of a tease more than a gameplay thing, other than the areas are more open than they used to be. Someone will have to judge. There's a Thief VR game, which was actually kind of cool. Interestingly, it's not even by Eidos Montreal. It says in collaboration with, but it's by some other studio. So I actually think that's cool, because Thief is a game I really do like, and I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been grabbing stuff. So being handled by the Metro Awakening and Arizona Sunshine devs, so there's a game called Tides of Tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. That was the one with the multiplayer, like, the messages. Sea of Remnants is a game. It was a pirate game, and it was actually a very, like, oddly presented trailer, because it was like, you started off and you go, oh, okay, like, it's a pirate game. He touches a post, and then it does a little, you know, like, Assassin's Creed activated waypoint kind of, or, you know, like, tower kind of effect. And then he went off on his way and performed a stealth kill. And then there was the ship combat, and I went, okay, we're trying to do Assassin's Creed, you know, 4 again. We want to do the pirate-themed Assassin's Creed. But then there was a brief turn-based combat section in the middle of the trailer, out of nowhere. I was like, what is happening here? So, I don't know what's up with it. It is a free-to-play game, so I really don't know what to expect. Sword of the Sea, Astrobot, yeah, that's it. So, that's everything that they shot off in the PlayStation 1. Lots of trailers. I definitely think that there wasn't really a sleeper in there, but certainly no marathon. Not too sure what was going on there, so... actually, I do know what's going on there. I'm going to click on their site as well and just kind of see the rest of the Xbox stuff. More money! Okay, we're all a bit tight on health as well, so let me just double check. And by we're all, I mean 2 people. Which is still a lot of people, but it's not we're all. Big ones. There was a big trailer for Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Oh, is this really a room full of mimics as well? Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Alright. And the beat's gonna be an actual insta-kill this time. Instead of just, like, critting. Oh! Oh, he's gonna suck more magic. What happened last time? He used that twice. I might be able to take him this time. But he also might just be, like, spamming that attack or stealing my magic. Actually, he did steal my magic last time, so... That defense increase probably helps a ton right now. Oh boy, he's got a fair bit of health, doesn't he? Yeah, jeez. Yeah, if the rest are mimics, I'm not dealing with that. I ain't dealing with that, so... meme floor, because it's got this, this path around. You're like, oh, you know, follow the chest, but... You're not actually... Well, you can follow the chest, but... Anyway, back to the Xbox stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't played Call of Duty. It's very much a cinematic trailer. Is that, as well, the actor? Because it's a real actor. This is the, who is he? He's, what's his name? Peter Petrelli. You know, from Heroes. From ages ago. He's the main he is John Call of Duty. Which is such an interesting twist. I don't know. He's probably been in tons of other stuff and I'm just like, ah, it's Peter Petrelli. Save the cheerleader, save the world. I don't know. So, there's a game called Keeper. This is Double Fine making a quirky game where you play as a lighthouse who walks around on legs. I am shocked at how many of these Press Start articles keep saying games are Studio Ghibli-like. I do not get that. This is not Ni no Kuni. We are very... You can't just say it's a quirky game and then go, oh, it's Studio Ghibli vibes. He's the kind of person who accepts the AI art of Studio Ghibli and then it's just like, ah, yes, that's Studio... They showed off an ROG Ally X, but it's an Xbox version. I mean, Ni no Kuni is probably directly that one, just because it does have the same artist and all that. Actually, I think it's more than just the same artist as well. It's proper, like, multiple talents from that studio, but it's a shame the second game is kind of okay, because the first one is pretty good, so... Yeah. So this ROG Ally, or as I always call it, the Roggly. I mean, how does this differ from the previous one? I'm not 100% sure. It's got some specific Xbox branding and buttons on it, but I'm pretty sure. Like, hold on, let me see. Actually, I think the first ROG Ally. Here we go. Wikipedia. Because I need to have this. If I want to say something correct right now, I'm going to need to make sure I know exactly what's in the ROG, the Roggly, right here. The Roggly has... yes, it's got a Ryzen Z1 and a Z1 Extreme, and this is the Z2 and the Z2 Extreme. I guess, is this the follow-up? I don't know. But, this one is somewhat Xbox themed. It's got an Xbox launcher on it, which, I guess has, access to the cloud streaming features. I think it is still a Roggly in the sense that it's going to still just support playing games on Steam, and obviously I mean, you don't have that, like, amount of, you know, horsepower in your streaming tablet. It's not a streaming tablet if that's the case. What's the odds that there's, like, 4 chests back here and they're probably all mimics again? Oh, let's kind of fight again. Ah. We're getting through this dungeon. I don't think we'll be caught out too bad. It is a bit of a trek, I'll tell you. Yeah, no, interesting. I guess also, what is the price? Because the hold on, like if I just type the ROG Ally X, let's just type that. These things are not cheap. There we go. ROG Ally X. This is the previous one as well. 1,600 Australian dollars. Now that's for the Ryzen Extreme version, mind you. But and also on top of that, just note, like, when people say the Switch 2 is expensive, and it still kind of is relative to, you know, many other consoles, and especially Nintendo's traditional fairings, I'm like, the ROG Ally X is double the price. The Switch 2 is 700 Australian. This thing is 1,600. This thing is quite pricey. Quite pricey. Certainly it's got more oomph underneath it as well, but is it double the price oomph? I don't know. The screen's also a 1080p 61, so yeah. This Xbox One also has wings on it. I thought it was interesting. Just as in you can grip it a lot easier. But I do wonder how heavy they are. Hang on, kind of weigh. Anyways, High on Life 2 I mentioned before. Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy. I think it's a spin-off, but I've not played the other game, so someone will know more. Grounded 2. I do like the premise of Grounded 1, and so I'm glad that they're making a Grounded 2. The trailer was a little wacky, so Clockwork Revolution. Is this the really, really long trailer? Yeah. This was a really long trailer. I'm going to click this video, and it's probably going to play a little bit of audio briefly. Yeah, it was 5.5 minutes! And sometimes you get, like, 5.5 minutes... Oh, like, you know, a developer shows up and they say some things. No, this was like a trailer that just didn't end. It was constantly going. Oh, look, chests. Yeah. You know exactly what those chests are. I don't need to touch them. I don't need to touch those chests. But yeah, really long trailer. If I had to describe the game really quickly, I'd say BioShock Infinite was an influential game. Because, what have we got? We have a late 1800s aesthetic with technology. Because we got robots and a weird talking doll who keeps swearing at you. We got kind of those kind of steamy, not steampunk, but just kind of steam future weaponry and other kinds of gadgets and doodads. There's a time manipulation mechanic. There's which involves bringing, you know, kind of like structures and other things out of time to effectively be able to use them in your current day battles. But also there's a dialogue system. There's a crafting system. There's a skills system somewhere in the mix. It's throwing so much stuff, and honestly, I gotta give props to a 5.5 minute trailer because, like, it was a genuinely, like... Oh, the Mimic was before! The Mimic was before! I was baited real hard right there. Well, we might see a death right here. We'll see how this goes. Oh, he's 420ing it as well. Twice. Or at least once. Let's see how we go. Let's do a heal. I always keep going for a heal more, and I'm like, he's only got like 80 health. Can't heal more that hard. But there's the Rob Magic, which is a bit mean. Okay. We're not dead just yet. But he is dodging my attacks all of a sudden. He's running out of MP, right? Yeah, he doesn't have enough. Stop stealing my magic. It's not fun. There we go. Okay. I don't trust going up any more north. Actually, I have a thing open. Sorry. It says I need to go in here because this is that zone. I need that one. So that's apparently a, you can, what was it? You can protect yourself from a kill if someone's holding that stone, so. But particularly from that that kill spell. How often will we see that? I'm actually not too sure if we'll see that often, so. I don't recall that many bosses using that. Usually Dragon Quest is a lot more fairer with its boss fights. Unfortunately, I would just have all my magic stripped away. Jeez. I've got a warp wing, right? I've got a way to get out of here alive, right? Well, I hope so. I mean, I only need outside for this one as well, really, so... As long as I got that little bit, then I'm safe. What else we got in the presentation? Autobots 2, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 16 is out now, like today. Invincible Versus. I don't watch the show, but the trailer seemed very odd because the cutscenes were so stilted. Like, they animated the characters at like 3 frames a second, maybe because the show was kind of like that, but then the camera is moving. It's clearly moving faster. I don't know. Then they get into the fighting game and it's smooth as. I'm like, why don't we just do that for the whole cutscenes? Why do we have to be stilted? And it's not even like a different like model or anything. It's just they're reusing all the same models, making everyone talk, making everyone do their own stuff, but then when they get into the fighting game, it's smooth. So why didn't we do that the whole time? I don't know. I think all we gotta do is follow this side of the lake, actually. We gotta... Oh. Almost. These guys probably want a spell to be used on them as well. I'm running out of magic, so I might just save it in case there's a very, very important fight. Although it's not really like anyone can do that much damage. Maybe I should just run from this one. Oh, the sweet breath. Oh. Rags, you're the one with all the luck. What happened there? Look at this plush suit. So, I think actually... Oh, snap, yeah, I was thinking to myself, like, how do I get to that chest in the middle? I'm like, oh no. I think I've slightly goofed. And by slightly goofed, I mean I've got to fight for my right to party on this one. But the level ups have been good, I tell ya. Maybe we should bail and just... Yeah, let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. Because I gotta work my way up again. I don't think there's actually any other chests on this dungeon, but except for the one that I had to pick up in that in the middle of that lake. There's a chest, so it's like anyway, let's rest at the inn, take another crack at that. Okay, any other games? Sea of Thieves Smugglers Tide Season 17. We're up to Season 17 of this game. Not to say that, like, you know, long-form game, you know, games as a service games. I'm actually surprised that Sea of Thieves is lasting like that as well, but yeah, I don't know, like, I'm just like, it's Sea of Thieves. I don't know. People who play the game will know. I got no clue. Persona 4 Revival. There was a tweet on my timeline before I watched the presentation that said, did you know that Persona 4, you can play it right now? And it's just linking to Persona 4 Golden. I remember when Persona 3 Remake came out. Love to see the actual numbers on that. Yeah, exactly. Like, how long are they developing This one, what is Rareware even making nowadays? Is it just Sea of Thieves? Like, have they downscaled enough where that's their only title now? That Perfect Dark game apparently got announced last year. I don't know where it is now, but it's they announced it. So yeah, so I'm curious what all these projects and things are doing. Honestly, if you announce a game, you probably, you know, should remind people of its existence every year, or at least tell people you're not releasing it anymore. Like, oh, okay, it was a bit preemptive, we're changing direction, like that kind of stuff. But like, keep us in the loop. What is the next step for that Perfect Dark game? Because you didn't talk about it. Who knows? But yeah, no, Persona 4. It's Persona 4. Honestly, if you want to play Persona 4, I think probably just stick with Golden. But I don't know, someone might be like, oh, you know, they fixed something in the sequel. Persona 3 had, I guess, a bit of an interesting angle to it, because the original one they ported was the PSP version. The PSP version has a bunch of quality of life fixes, like the fact that you can actually control your party, whereas you couldn't in the original or the Festival Edition, FES. But what you could do in the Festival Edition is have towns and actually like wandering around places. I don't know if you could hear like an under my breath burp just then, so I'm sorry for that one. But yeah, like there were like towns and stuff in the FES, and there's none of that to be seen in the portable version, and then they ported that one. Persona 4 Golden, on the other hand, 1, there was only one PS2 version, and 2, Golden was on the Vita and managed to carry over everything, plus also a bit of extra visual, you know, flair to it. It improved everything. I don't think anyone would say that Persona 4 Golden is any less of a game than its original. So we already have a definitive version of the game. Unless you want to change stuff about it. So keep that in mind. 100% it's either going to be the exact same game that you probably can play, or they're changing stuff, which I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel particularly that great about that one. So we'll see. But also the Persona 3 remake costs a fair bit, and I'm like just by the original at that point. Gears of War Reloaded. They kind of teased it. It's actually coming out soon. I think we knew this was coming. It's a remaster, and they said 120 FPS in the multiplayer on Xbox, which is very nice. So there's a game called At Fate's End. The visuals in the trailer are actually kind of nice. It's a deck builder, I think, but it's got action. I'm not too sure. We'll see. But you know, the art's actually kind of neat in this one. So Tony Hawk showed up for a moment. Also, BAM's in the game for Tony Hawk 3 and 4. It's confirmed. We're good now. Does it have Tony Hawk 4's, I guess, campaign mode? I'm not too sure if it does. I think they're still committing to the whole take the maps and just 2-minute structure them, and I'm really curious how people will receive it. Certainly a purist will kind of go, oh, it's different, but there's some things that it could have done better, or the original game could have done a little better, but yeah, I don't know, we'll see. But people did like the previous remake a lot, so I'm just finding these ones. There's a game called Animo. Do you like games where you capture monsters? Because yeah, we got another one. I don't know who was publishing it. Off topic, but they're making another cartoon. They're making another Bloodstained, which was by who's the guy? What's his name? Iga something? Very much in the style of the Symphony of the Night one. So yeah, that one's there. That one's looking pretty alright. I actually did kind of like that trailer. I thought it was pretty neat, but except for the long attack animations. Yeah, the attack animations were a bit long on that one. You know, it's kind of some tag team ones, so There was a game called Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive, and as I was describing it to my friend, I went, why is it called Solo Leveling if you could play 4-player co-op? And to which he said, Solo Leveling is a manga. And I was... That's how out of the loop I am. Okay, sure. Apparently, it's also a mobile game that's been ported, so that makes me then wonder, there are a lot of rather impressively built mobile games these days. He does have a point, yeah. Fallout 76 has a fishing update. That's neat. There's a game called... started as a web novel. Ooh. Interesting. Maybe I should double check on that one. I was thinking, was it like a Sword Art Online style, you know, like, is it the, you know, game about the, sorry, movie about, manga about the game. There you go, a la mirror. Better than Skyrim fishing, that is true. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it is. Again, as well, how old is Fallout 76? Like, wow, that's incredible that that's lasting that long, so... Up the stairs, and, well, the stairs are right near the other stairs. I feel like I can get out now. I really just needed that one mirror. So, yeah, no, it's been ages. I remember Fallout 76 was kind of touted as like the expandalone multiplayer add-on of, yeah, 2018, of Fallout 4, which was 2015. It's been a while. So, that and the Elder Scrolls Online, which I am shocked as well that the Elder Scrolls Online is continuing. Like, it has still got the player base to make it work, so, yeah, okay. Also, Doom The Dark Ages just came out, and they didn't mention anything about it, and that's fine, but... because they did have a lot of stuff to show off, but I do think it's interesting. You know, like, it is your presentation. Show off how cool, you know, like, your franchises are. Even the ones you didn't, you know, have new things for. I don't know. Snowstorm. Don't kill air. Okay. I was going gutsy on this one, so. Planet of Lana 2, Children of the Leaf. I don't know anything about it. I really don't. I saw the trailer, I was sort of zoning out at that point, I'm sorry. Mudang 2 Hearts, this is a Korean game. There's a, I think the gimmick of the game is that it follows a soldier who has to protect a K-pop star. And you switch back and forth between the two at various points in the campaign. I could probably just cast outside and leave here. So I'm like, you know, interesting premise. I'm curious how it'll go. So, okay. Age of Mythology Retold Heavenly Spear. We have an expansion to Age of Mythology Retold. So, okay. There's a game called There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, which was a... The presentation was quite interesting. It was like, you know, you move into a house, you get very much like house vibes, and then they start, you know, giving kind of some supernatural things as you start spray cleaning everything. He's taken out the gurney, he's just spraying everything because everyone's houses are filthy with grime. And then apparently the books start attacking. And then also, yeah, so wacky trailer. Give that one a look. Aphelion. It's the new Don't Nod game. It's if you like Life is Strange, this is Life is Lonely. Because you're in space. Also, it's got, I think, a European Space Agency seal of approval on it, which I thought was hilarious. Because it starts with a crash landing. Come on, European Space, you know, Agency. This is, like, the last thing you want to be showing. That's like showing, like, you know, like, Boeing shows all their employees plane crashes being like, this is why your job is important. Because this keeps happening. Like, what are you doing there? Elder Scrolls Online. Chronos, The New Dawn, Survive the Nest. What was this one? I'm going to briefly click on the trailer. Oh, the spooky game. Yeah, it had spooky enemies and spooky... had lots and lots of pincery kind of... They were very spiky, spooky monsters. That's about it. There's a game called Beast of Reincarnation. It it gives me kind of Souls vibes. And again, watch the frame rate in this trailer. But also, the frame rate is so horrendous, only one company can be behind it. That's right, it's a self-published Game Freak title. How did this happen? How do we get a self-published Game Freak title in the Xbox showcase, which is a Souls-like? I don't know, maybe it's a bit more spectacle combat. Someone who probably can shout the difference will probably yell at me on that one. But still, it's, you know what I mean. It is that kind of vibe. Maybe for the people who like Sekiro, it actually might be alright. But I'm not too sure what to expect. There's a story DLC for the Indiana Jones game coming out in September, which is actually quite close to its release. It didn't come out that long ago, did it? I don't know. So, oh yeah, it's a wild one. And Game Freak has released other games as well, like fairly recently. Pocket Card Jockey is probably the really kind of fun one that they made in the 3DS era, and also there's Tembo the Badass Elephant, which you can get on Steam. That one's a pretty okay platformer. But yeah, I mean, they're a big company. You know, they can do stuff that's not Pokemon, right? They just own a third stake in this Pokemon company kind of thing, you know. There's a Ninja Gaiden 4. It looks fancy, so that's cool. There's Super Meat Boy 3D. Now that one is actually one where I'm like, ooh, because I am such a boomer. I played Meat Boy when it was like a brand new game on Congregate. I think it probably would have had a Newgrounds release as well. The Game Kitchen. But yeah, oh. That's actually interesting. Yeah. It looked pretty actually alright. I kind of liked it, so I gotta take the side entrance again. It looked kind of interesting. I'd keep an eye on that one. And given that we've got the side-scroller one in the PlayStation Showcase, you know, 2 for 2 right now for Ninja Gaiden. But yeah, no, the Meat Boy one looks interesting. I have a hunch the camera's going to be absolutely, like, horrendous. And that's fine. That'll be part of the charm. I'm going to get used to it. But I am such a boomer. I've played Meat Boy since that Congregate game came out. Since that Flash game was a thing. And, you know, like, he knows how to make a good game. So, that's all good. I think maybe we just go up to the king. The guy's made blasphemy. Oh, yeah. So, let's see. What do I have? No hope. Let's do it. What fools are you for returning? Oh. Turns out going to jail was... getting caught was part of my plan, right here. He's gonna fall asleep right away as well. There he is. I'm snoozing, so I'm talking in my sleep. Something is wrong with the king. There you go. But yeah, no, Meat Boy is alright. Last one as well is called The Blood of Dawnwalker. I can't tell you anything about it, I'm sorry. But that was all the main ones they showed off. I think they had an extended preview of The Outer Worlds 2 at the end. But overall, I mean, Microsoft's one was more alright. It didn't... I don't think it had as many big ones. I think there were a lot of games where I was like, it's a game. It's definitely a game. I think the lack of a puzzle game, you know, no one's doing driving games these days. I swear, someone's going to make a Gran Turismo successor out of nowhere, and they'll well my socks off. Also, they own the Forza. They have Forza. They have, like, you could just... I know they're probably not going to make a new expansion for Horizon 5, but they cancel their handheld... Well, they've got... Yeah, I think they were working on something internally, and I think they've just conceded, and they've just released a Rogali. The Asus Rogali. They've just partnered with Asus, and that's it. That's the Xbox handheld now. So... proper cancelled dead. Oof. Rip anyone working on that. I had a mate work at Microsoft. I guess I just used the thing. So I had a mate work at Microsoft, but he was, you know, it's such a large company, you'd never know. Use the La mirror. Well, it is not here. Where do we use the La mirror? Maybe we do this at nighttime, because this jumps out of the whole building. Let's see, sneak in through the bedroom windows. Came in through the bedroom windows. I'll take another crack at that, but like he's sitting on his throne, so I probably need a... Yeah, I probably just need to change it to nighttime. That's probably how I do it. Were you called for by the king? Yeah. Okay, sure. But yeah, that was alright. And then let me briefly get the hold on. PC Gamer Show 2025. If I can get a list of games here. This was a long presentation. It was like 2 and a bit hours. There was a lot of stuff shown off. Most of it I don't particularly think I need to mention. There's ones like a game called what was it? There's an enhanced version of Neverwinter Nights 2. There's a game called Fresh Tracks, which is a rhythm game where you're skiing, and then also there's heavy metal music playing, so okay. There's a game called Far Far West, which is robots in a western setting, which I think is neat. Terminal Brigade, when did this happen? I don't know. Rat-a-tat, that's right, we got almost Patapon. We got almost Patapon, so very nice, very good fun. Moomin Troll, we got more Moomin gaming, that's good as well. There's a game called Necess. Den of Wolves, that's the one from what's his name? Ulf Anderson? I don't think it's Anderson actually. Maybe it is. He played Wolf and also was a key gameplay director in those Payday games. Oh yeah. Check out check out what's the game called Rat-a-tan. It's almost the same name, isn't it? And it's weird as well because we are getting a Patapon remaster as well. Also, hi there. Muncher. Ooh. Oh, I beg you, don't let the king know about this. We haven't eaten properly for a while now. I couldn't resist. The maids do be asleep. The king is a great man. Oh, okay. But yeah, no, Den of Wolves actually looks kind of okay. And they had a bit of an extended talk at the end as well, so... All systems dance. You danced to take out the billionaires. That's the game. Spooky Express is my highlight of the whole presentation. It's a puzzle game from who is it? From the creators of Drachnik and Friends. I don't know about that game, but it looks cool because you hold on, we'll walk up to this king right here, and then use the mirror. There we go. In it, a sleeping monster is shown. So you saw. Death will assure your silence. Spooky Express, yes. First of all, big props. They have a promotional website that's literally spooky.express. It's incredible that they managed to get that name. I'm actually curious if I don't think Ionize is exactly going to be the spell to use. You could maybe get him with a sleep, but we'll probably just hit him with that. Good old sap and increase will probably help me a ton because he'll probably spam physical attacks all over the shop. Like this. Oh, that's a bit hefty. And he's obviously going to attack twice. And he's going to reduce defense, so... Thinky Games? I think that's the one. This game, how I would put it, is that it's very cutesy, and you play as... well, you make train tracks to lead Dracula to his coffin, or to lead person to safety, or to lead Dracula to person to coffin, or stuff like that. They showed a lot of little, like, gameplay mechanics and just kind of quirky things that I don't exactly know quite how they all work in that trailer, but it was very neat looking, and I'm like, again, You need a puzzle game in your presentation. It is such a fun change in pace. Oh. Oh. Yeah, these hits are kind of gnarly. So hopefully, increasing my defense will help a bit, but I need to increase my speed, I tell ya. Yeah, the sprites are good fun. They've got lots of fun character here. And animating them is good fun as well. Oh, that was a crit! Oh! They look really good in the Switch version in particular, but also the SNES version if anyone ever plays that one. Unfortunately, it's all in Japanese, so that's why I'm sticking to this. Let's see, are we at the time that we can start just attacking? Just gotta speed up while we're at it as well, because he keeps attacking in the middle of my hits. Dropping my defense is a bit spooky, but and yeah, this is a proper boss, so we'll see how well I can take him out, because I mean, if I can't take him out, then it's all over, I guess. Well, it's not all over, but we gotta do some grinding otherwise. So let's see, how much health does he have? Yeah, I was like, I need to heal Nyx at some point. Ugh. Fortunately, it seems that this seems to be a working strat. There's nothing really. I mean, Nyx is just kind of useless in this fight. He's really not dealing much damage. The boomerang probably isn't helping. You probably could have a stronger attack out there. Oh! That's the crit. That's what I'm worried about. At the very least, it was the useless character. Like, if you're gonna hit someone, the one that's not doing anything is probably fair. Let's hit him with a Firebane. I mean, he's a thief. Like, you know, what is he doing here, I guess? Yeah, he's got a decent amount of health. Can't do anything about the crits as well. It's just like, oh, getting hit hard. Yeah, how much health does he have? I think it's like 1500. It's a fair bit. Yeah, reducing the defense is kind of cruel in the middle of the turn as well. Let's see here. Let's go back to using increase. We've got to get that defense back. Okay, good thing he alternated between which people got hit by the defense down. Keep casting increase. We gotta get there. I don't think I'm really dealing damage fast enough to get through him though, I tell ya. Let's hit him with a sap. Maybe a sap will help? Again? If he's ever gonna get hit by it? Era's getting hit. Era's still getting hit. Okay, cool. Come on, just reduce his defense. Just reduce his defense. That's all I ask for. I just need it reduced. This is a war of attrition right here. Ah, he can't. Can you not train his defense in any way? Actual attack time, I guess. I'm a little worried because Air did get a defense down, but I sort of just want to use an attack turn. Just go for it. Deal some extra damage. It's so useless. Barely any damage. Oh, that's what I mean. See, at least Rags can do a little more damage. More damage than Nyx. Back to the increase. Where's my damage gone? Ah! Just don't hit air twice. Oh no! He hit air twice! It's so over. It's getting a bit over. It's not over just yet, but it is not looking great because I don't have a lot of magic left. And also the boss troll is moving first. Oh. You're my last hope on this one. I think this might be the last turn if this is... I don't think I can live this. Oh. Oh. It's getting tight. It is getting tight. Not in-game. Not in-game at all. So you're gonna have to hope that you're doing alright. He's been casting defense down a bit, so this is starting to get kinda doozy. Okay, there goes Rags. We gotta wing it. We gotta wing it now. Oh no, I think he's gonna attack twice. He's gonna get me. Oh! Ah. Oh, one more attack. Gosh. Unless he misses this one, but he's probably not gonna. Nah. So close. Or so far. I don't know. Also, I spawned ages away. Wow. We haven't seen a king in a while, so... Well, the typical, guess who's not high level enough, I guess. This always keeps happening as well. I have a feeling that maybe I need to swap, the class for Nyx. So he's a thief, but he's also kind of terrible stats-wise. Like, look, Rags is a sage, and Rags has the same amount of strength. Yeah, may get the training up. I'm honestly like I'm feeling class change is probably the key for Nyx now. We don't have to go to being a sage as well. I think just being like a warrior might actually be like the better class for him right now. Which is not the worst, but it does mean that he's got to sort of sit in this interesting period. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, the coffins as well. Everybody is dead. And my wallet cries because I wanted to buy... This is the problem, and partially it's on me. Honestly, I could have bought like all that stuff before the fight. This is on me for constantly throwing myself at fights and losing most of my money. But, yeah, reviving is so expensive. I recently just beat Phantasy Star 4, by the way. I had started it ages ago, and I never actually sat down to, like, just properly finish it. And I really binged it out, but I really did like Phantasy Star 4. It came out in 1993, and I would have thought there's a lot of games in, you know, that kind of time period that, you know, maybe feel a bit dated, but Phantasy Star 4 is truly a test of time kind of game. It's certainly... so let's get Nyx to change class. I could, in theory, change back to a thief at some point, but I think now is probably the time to just, like, commit hard. Just be a warrior at this point. He doesn't have any spells, so maybe being a mage at some point might actually help out, but we're gonna keep the cleric for the moment, because there's a couple of spells that I want to get air around to as well. But yeah, he still keeps all of his, you know, all of his thiefy kind of goodness there. Let's go to equipment, because he's got nothing, but I assume he can equip neither of these weapons. That's fun. Okay. I guess iron armor, magic shield, not the black hat. Okay. And, punk ring. There we go. Who else can equip the boomerang? No one. No one can equip the boomerang, so... Do I have any other cheeky things I can equip on anyone, or... Also no. Maybe I've got something in the bag. Maybe that's the secret. Like this plush armor. Yeah, like, look at this. This would be nice on... probably air, actually. Plush armor. The Terra armor also... oh, jeez, yeah, definitely. Terra armor. Dies in boss fight wonders. Look at all these items that would have helped. Not the scale shield though. And honestly, I probably sold most of the cheap stuff. Most of the stuff I didn't need. So in that case, we might need a. Oh yeah, I forgot the plush changes your aesthetic on the overworld as well. But the defense was okay. It was actually pretty okay though. Alright, so, like always, dropping someone to, changing class drops them down to level 1, so most of the health is gone. But we should see some quick level ups very soon as well. And also, that's a lot of health. Like, 65 is a lot of health to be starting off with. Also, nice combat there. So, let's see. What's a weapon that I can go out and buy? Because I'm going to need to buy something there. Most likely the zombie slasher, actually. Which is very expensive. So what's the next best thing? Look at all these easy levels. Easy levels. I could get a sledgehammer from Danky. Maybe that will be the good thing to get, because yeah, and also a helmet. It is 6,500 gold though, so it's not ages away, but it's a bit of grinding away. We'll just say that. Okay. What else was there? What else was there? Rogue Prince of Persia. I don't know too much about it. Like, I know Prince of Persia is a franchise, but I don't know too much about this trailer. Engine Fall. What is this? Oh, that's the train game. You build a train, I think. Maybe. EVE Online. Sky Rig, not to be confused with Skyrim. You build a big factory in the sky, and then you dig further deep because there's lots of clouds. Oh, it's cool. Kaizen a Factory Story. Zachtronics is just casually back, and he's casually making one of those Last Call BBS minigames its own thing into something even more fleshed out, and I really hate him for that one. Getting back to back level up. Oh, it's such a good feeling. And actually, that's one thing that I really liked about Phantasy Star 4 as well. So, there were a couple of things I wanted to say about that game, but its presentation was really good. I really liked how sleeping at an inn revived everyone, because why is it two separate places in so many games? I mean, it sort of makes sense, but it's like, just let me sleep at an inn. Money was maybe a bit too plentiful. You could argue it's probably a bit too easy. I think status conditions also were a bit too easy, because for the most part, enemies, like, all they could do was make you sleep, make you paralyzed, both of which just heal over time, and make you poison, which almost, like, multiple characters would have antidote spells at some point pretty early on, so it became a non-issue pretty quick. So really, the enemies can't take you out. They can also... enemies can't crit against you as well, so... usually it was pretty fair. Usually it'd be like, oh, I'd lay my buffs and we'd go on. I really liked how every character, you know, how you'd usually have your tropes of you got your damage dealer, maybe a healer, your spellcaster, maybe one that's a bit more supporty as well. Usually the characters in Phantasy Star 4 covered two of those. So they'd always have a lot of, like, mixed utility and would have some interesting, like, kind of play styles around them. I liked that. By the end of the game, at the very end of the game as well, because they sort of decide right at the end, you get a choice of which of the other characters will be your lucky fifth one to go ahead for the rest of the game, or for the final boss. And I thought, like, it was a hard choice, because there wasn't really any bad party members. Everyone had value. Everyone had lots of good use. I also really liked that Just the cutscenes were good fun. The nice kind of storybook, the manga style cutscenes, very nice fun. I think we could probably go to Samanao and get some, not to fight the boss troll right away, but to at least get some of the fights around here. But also, yeah, like, so now look at Nyx's strength. It's 42, which is almost as high as what it was before. We'll just say that. And he's got 620 experience. I know, I know I could be fighting Metal Slime, so, but I actually kind of want the money. So I'm sort of going to chill around here for a little bit. I'm going to get rid of that old hag, though, I tell ya. I don't trust that old hag. None at all. And then, well, bang. There we go. There's a game called Dawn Apart in the PC Gamer Show. It's it's a voxely kind of building game. There's a game called Modulus. It's a factory game that looks like absolute, like, micromanagement hell. It's like, you gotta make, like, how would I put it? Voxel objects, and in order to make the voxel objects, you gotta make smaller voxel objects, and you're constantly just breaking down. I should have slept it in, by the way. You're constantly having to, like, build all these, like, tiny little components up into this bigger thing, so neat. I like factory games. I'm just gonna say it, this one might be up my alley. There's a game called Generation Exile, which is a game I didn't really have too much to say about. There's a game called The Altars. It's an alien planet game. Okay, sure, yeah. I don't know, some of these sort of happen quickly. I'm like, which one were these ones? Like, long presentation as well, so. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. I was thinking this was a, like a Bastion sequel. I was like, oh, but the art style is very different, and it's not. It's actually a sequel to this other game, so, maybe good or bad, reminds me of that, so. Barotrauma, Home and Harbor, is this an expansion? Maybe. There's a game called No I'm Not Human. We're gonna have a creepy game at some point. A game called Botsu, a physics-based competitions game. It describes itself as very silly as well, so. No More Room in Hell 2. That's just happening now. There's a game called Farava. I completely blanked out. I can't tell you anything about that one. Mandrake, Pizza Bandit. Oh, Pizza Bandit is a FPS game. Where you play as a pizza chef and there's a zombie outbreak. Or an alien outbreak. Or a bit of both, actually. So, okay. Demon School. This trailer has a lot of different mechanics, and I think as pizza... Yes, pizza. Pizza Bandit. You are the Pizza Bandit. You must... you must, cook and serve. Yeah, Demon School showed off a lot of stuff in its trailer, so, give that one a check out as well. That one's got, I think it's also got fishing, so we'll go with that. Play that instead of Fallout. Railborn, that's the one. Not this other one. What's this other one that was like the train building game? What was that? I don't know where that was in this list, but yeah, I saw it. No, it was a train game. I was like, what is this train game? But no, Railborn is the real one. It was like a proper like crafting game, and like imagine No Man's Sky, except instead of building a spaceship, it's building a train. I think there's something quite like satisfying about how that works. So, Voyages of Nera is what was this one? I'm gonna click it. Sailing, fish, gliding. It's probably a neat adventure game. Icarus Great Hunts. Can't tell you too much about it. Garbage Country. This is a game where you drive a buggy and you collect garbage. That's up my alley, man, I tell you. Dark Switch is not coming to the Switch. Embrace your inner wood elf. You construct a fantasy metropolis around a giant tree. So, okay. Spirit X Strike. This, what was this? This was, it reminds me of God Hand. It's got that kind of feel to it. Just lots and lots of behind the shoulder kind of combos going on, so that might be okay. There's a game called Worship, which is not Cult of the Lamb. Just because it's a roguelike with that kind of weird, kind of sprite-based, isometric, not isometric, but like perspective gameplay. Also, steel armor, just cash. You can't equip anything, but like, oh, you can't equip the steel either. Who can equip the steel armor? I think I need to give it to someone first. I keep forgetting. I'm like, oh yeah, you gotta give it. Did I just find better armor in a... Okay, sure. I'll equip that. That's nice. So yeah, I don't have too much to say about Worship. Stars of Icarus, it's Guns of Icarus, but in space! I actually kind of like playing Guns of Icarus way back yonder, so I'll give this one a check maybe. James Bond game, showed it off again. They talked about it for so long in this one. Goblin America, do you like Cruelty Squad? Because you will like this one again. It is very inspired by the Cruelty Squad peeps, but it's not actually Cruelty Squad. Ever Siege Untold Ages is a game. I feel like at some point I'm like, it's a game, you know, it's a bit reductive to me just saying, oh, it's a game. Ever Siege Untold Ages gives me very much a, how would I put it? Like what's that one game? Oh gosh, I've completely blanked out. What's that one old game, sort of inspired Diablo in some ways? I want to call it like, I've forgotten about it. It's an actual arcade game as well. The name escapes me. Someone's gonna hurt me on this one. Anyways, moving on, because it reminds me of that. There's a game called Pigface. It's a heist game, I think. Can't tell you too much more about it. The trailer was a bit story-based. Terrortech Legion. It's a whoa, I remember there were so many enemies in sight on this trailer. Lots and lots of vehicle creation, and you run over lots of enemies in a top-down perspective. So, up my alley. I like it. There is a game called Paralives, and it's Indie The Sims. We are at Indie The Sims point. We can just make The Sims. We have The Sims at home. So, yeah, if you want The Sims, maybe it seems okay? I don't know. But I also don't know if these are real people, so... Because that might be the problem. Not the problem, but that might be like a very different bit of expectations. Is it a custom character game? Is it a Dollhouse game? Or is it like, we want to tell a story, so... Lost Rift is an extraction shooter. Hell Clock is a action RPG. It gives me very Darkest Dungeon kind of vibes in its presentation as well. I'm gonna hope that I can kill everyone in this fight in this turn, because I really do want to get these old hags out of the way. Oh, that's the reason why I'm not killing them, because they're healing themselves. And Nyx is not strong enough to punch this guy in the face. There's a game called Militione? It looks like a, it's a, how would I put it? It describes it as an immersive sim, and I don't know what's the, like... Oh, no! There goes Rags. He's gone, he's out of here. Well, I mean, easy promotions, I guess, but... I'm getting more of these medals as well. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to return back to Aliahan for a brief moment. Because we decided that a gameplay mechanic would be having a spell that causes one of your party members to literally go back here. It's such a weird, like... Oh yeah, you know. Hi, Rags. Hi, Rags. How you doing? So, there's a game called Arcane Eats. I pejoratively called this Hearthstone for fat people, which is a bit harsh. But basically, yeah, imagine Hearthstone and it's all about food. It's like that, so it might actually be quite fun. It's for me, really. Gun Touchables. I don't have too much to say about it. It's a co-op gun game. Foodstone. Oh, Foodstone would have been a better name, actually. Yeah, I should have gone with that. Okay, let's. I'm gonna go back to. Let's see. Let's keep going because I've got $4,500, so we could probably afford. Actually, I'm curious if I can sell some stuff, and we'll see how much money I'm actually holding on to, because we might be able to buy the demon sword at some point. Hi there. Alright, first of all, get rid of everything in the bags. We don't need stuff in the bags. Tidy item, everyone, yes. And then, oops. And then plan, tidy bag, buy type. Yes. There we go. Ultra Kill. Well, Ultra Kill's already out. This is a DLC, I think, or an update. Yeah, they don't really sell anything that I particularly would need there, so... let's see, what have I got that I don't need to really hold on to? Oh yeah, this purple orb, don't need it. I've got lots of these seeds and nuts and stuff like that. The stick can go away. The club can go away. I have a feeling maybe I don't know if actually the spiny whip can go as well. Part of me wants to keep holding on to the chain whip and the boomerang, but the steel sword I don't need. Which is a bit odd. You'd think he'd be able to equip the steel sword. Unless I could have given it to him this whole time and I decided to just sell it then. I'm about to buy something better, so... cloth armor. Sell both of them. Yeah, you can yell at me on that one, actually. Training tunic. No one needs that. Silk robe. I've got 2 of these, so this actually might sell okay. Here's the thing, like, whatever price that you're selling it for, I'm pretty sure that's half of what you bought it for, or it's 3/4. So it's like, if I can buy it, it'd be quite affordable somewhere. And that's what I kind of like, is that, you know, it doesn't take too much effort to, you know, like, take all your shields and be like, oh, you know, like, here's all these cheap shields, and I could probably afford a really good sword now, can't I? I'm not too confident in his level, though. Because what is he, level 10? 11? Some pretty quick levels, but it's not quite there yet. Well, I think that's enough selling to get the thing I wanted, so let's head over to the armor store and get that one sword. Oh, wherever the armor store even is. Where is it? Where is that armor sword? Armor sword? Armor store. I'm pretty sure it's in here, somewhere. I was there earlier, we were looking at the items already. I keep thinking it's here, because it's... Oh, we got more bedding down here, I didn't even realize. So the king, you know, executes a lot of people, but the gamblers get to stay put. That wasn't a nighttime equipment shop thing, right? I think I'm just tweaking, so maybe I'll nighttime. We're going to use the... Where is it? Dark lamp. Any other games in this list? Stereo Haven Tower... Nah, I'm probably gonna... Oh, yeah, there was Endless Legend 2. I did like Endless Legend 1. I think we're good. I'm scrolling to the rest of these. Yeah. I sort of had tuned out quite a bit. And, there's... Yeah, okay. Where did this equipment shop go? Also, this inn has 1 room. This inn has one room. I gotta stay all 4 people in this one bed right here. There we go. Okay, gosh, I am tweaking hard. Where was this equipment shop? Because I keep seeing this building here, and this is not the equipment shop. It's just someone's house. It's her house as well. Oh, that's unfortunate. This is the item shop. And then we go down further and we get... Oh, is it just up? It was upstairs the whole time. I completely forgotten. Listen, he's selling items from his, like, attic. So, this zombie sword. It's really good for a lot of classes. And actually, it might be an incredibly good sword for... maybe Rags or Air to sort of have as a backup weapon. But given that Nyx is the attacker, kind of makes sense to just... give it to Nyx. Also, for hats, the Iron Mask would be great, because he doesn't have a hat right now, so... I'll sort of keep grinding a little bit, but we should start seeing some very good damage come out of him now. I mean, that attack stat is probably... Oh, look at that strength! It's already 57! It's catching up, so... so I believe, yeah, the warriors... Well, the soldiers get, like, lots of vitality and strength, which is quite natural. I mean, you know, that's what they're for. They're there to be bulky and have no skills. But, no, it is in the castle. It seems dangerously unprotected. So we'll see if we can get that helmet, and then maybe we'll give this another crack. I'll probably need, like, a couple of extra levels as well, but we should be getting there. So a fight like this... shouldn't be too bad now that, like, there's some damage that can be done here. So you'll see Nyx attack, and he's fast as well. 28 damage? You know, it's not quite up to speed, but, like, he's also dramatically down on his stats, so... That's getting there, so... Overall, though, I do think that there's a lot of exciting games announced this year, like, more than I expected. And definitely there's somewhere, especially in that PC Gamer Showcase, which, by the way, had a lot of AMD sponsorship, and I'll get into that in a moment, but, like, they try their best to sort of make that presentation a bit interesting. Certainly, tons of games, different, I guess, levels of quality. The Patapon one. Not the Patapon one, I need the name right before I keep saying. The Ratatan kept having development build, like the Unity development build symbol in the corner the entire time. Different resolutions as well. So I'm like, come on guys, you could have done like a little bit of sprucing up, make your trailer not have that, just chilling. But for the most part, yeah, no, solid selection of trailers, solid selection of kinds of games people would like to play, and certainly there's lots and lots of I guess options out there for what's going to happen soon. What are we going to get? What are we gonna play next? So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to a lot of quite a good number of titles there. And yeah, also interesting, I guess, because Nintendo's just like off kilter right now. They're like, we announced all of our stuff last month. We released the console right now. I just read Kill Kong in my head. I was like, so yeah, Nintendo's just doing their own stuff. But yeah, from the other fellas, it seems good. Absolutely all of it's on Steam. So also, yeah, there was something in the Xbox presentation they said where it's like they wanted to unify PC gamers no matter the storefront, whether it be Steam, Good Old Games, Battle.net, Epic Games, or Ubisoft Connect, which is hilarious that we leave whatever EA's one is. I don't know, they keep renaming it. But it's like, no one can remember what on earth EA are doing these days. And if anything as well, EA didn't appear at all in this. Ubisoft at least had a trailer for an Anno game, and I think they own Prince of Persia still, so technically they're involved with that. But I'm not sure what EA is doing. What are they? What is happening there? Who knows? Origin? No, Origin's dead. It's not Origin anymore. It's gone. It's bizarre to me that, like, we now live in a post-Origin world, but I swear, it's actually gone. I think it's just EA Access or EA Connect or EA Play. I think EA Play is the name. Yeah. Which is great because, like, you know, every time you search Origin in Australia, you get Origin Energy. Crazy origin story for a villain. Oh, true, yeah. The Origin is dead. I have silly ideas for things, I tell ya. I had an idea for, like, imagine a medical drama, except instead of, like, the doctor's operating on a new patient every day, imagine that, like, the patient is the same patient and he keeps going to different specialists every day. So, like, but it's played out as if it were a normal medical drama every time. I don't know. It's this goofy idea. Inverse medical drama. The drama is the person who constantly keeps going through every illness under the sun. And then I said to my mate, like, I was like, it's instead of the good doctor, it's the good patient. And I was like, doesn't the character in The Good Doctor have autism? Like, it's like, does your patient have autism? I was like, one episode, I don't know. Like, I don't know, just, I don't know, silly question, silly, like, plot premise. The other one I have is the cop drama, well, not a cop drama, like a buddy cop kind of show. And then imagine, like, the sidekick character dies in the first episode, and then is inexplicably back in the second episode, and then he dies again, and every episode he always keeps dying in some way. But then the good character, you know, like, you know, gets back at the bad guy at the end. Bonus points if all of it is technically canonical and they both characters recollect their time stopping this bad guy or stopping the, you know, the villain of the episode. But it's still just like, you know, it's like, didn't you die at some point? I don't know. So I'm going to mention AMD for a moment, because AMD had announced maybe not last week, the week before, the whole 9060 XT competes against the 5060 Ti by name, and they also released an 8GB and 16GB version, which is exactly the same as what Nvidia did there, but the prices are lower, and if they said, hey, it performs about the same as that card for a lower price, then sure, okay. Yeah, they flexed a lot in that PC Gamer show, by the way, because the build that they were making was an AMD Ryzen, you know, all the jazz. They were really flexing the 9950X3D, which just hold on, let me get a current price on that one. Let me get a current price on 9950X3D. Here's an Australian price. It is 1,200 Australian dollars. It's a lot of dollar. So, and honestly, it's crazy overkill, because you can get a 9800 X3D for 869 Australian. I think there was a deal I saw at M-Wave that you might have gotten it for a fair bit cheaper as well. I think it was like, if you had a cart that was $900, you could slash $120 off. And so someone noticed that, well, the 9800 X3D is like that price, so just get $31 of junk. And then effectively now it's $780, so there you go. Thank you, Ozbargain. But yeah, and then they also flex the 9070 XT, which is, I think, also $1,200, but like that is also a graphics card. Like, naturally, we should be, you know, we'd be paying more for that one. Also, how much damage is Nyx doing against these fellas? I want to see. Give us an attack, Nyx. 24. Still catching up. Still catching up. Oh, that's what I get for not healing. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot of money. And in general, I had a whole... I mean, I think I sort of mentioned some of it at times here, but the main sort of problem, and I think there was a Hardware Unboxed podcast that they went an hour and a bit, because they always do, and they didn't mention AI or machine learning once. And not to say that, like, it's the future or that gamers should care, but gamers should care because those people are buying their cards for more. They are willing to buy worse cards for more money than the gamers. This is when the gamers get pushed out of their own market, and that is the reason why we have an 8GB and a 16GB card from both of these companies. Because Nvidia and AMD by extension know that you do not need lots of hardware. You don't need lots of VRAM to actually do the kinds of things people wanted to do with the AI stuff. A lot of the things, like last year at Computex, there were so many like laptop manufacturers going, oh, you know, we worked with AMD and we got, you know, so many tops in this like, you know, mobile chip, and it's so impressive that, you know, AI is finally here and all that stuff. And what ended up happening instantaneously, as with everything else AI related, is people figured out how to optimize the kinds of use cases that they were doing and got a fairly good result nonetheless on potato hardware. And the whole point of why we were doing all this effort to get the tops into this car, into this chip, is kind of worthless. And so no one's talking about any of that stuff anymore. The whole point is that, like, machine learning stuff is actually kind of fun, where the optimizations, because there's tons of optimizations, like, are very easily acquired. These things are so inefficient when they're announced at first, because the impressive nature of getting, you know, like, stuff generated or you know, results is really impressive. Then you go, okay, how do we do that better and better and better? And it's such an emerging tech as well that, like, it often seems to happen. So when people realize, like, you can do video generation on, like, 8GB cards or even under, maybe. It's a bit of a stretch right now, but it's like, the possibility is there. There's so many other ones, like language models can run on like 2 or even 1GB of VRAM, or even just regular RAM, you can run it in software. Like, what's another one as well? Yeah, there's lots of like, image models. I'm still sad that we do not have, like, the fact that we have very optimized machine learning inferencing techniques now. You could probably use some basic models and just make video game AI the lazy way. Literally train a model and just throw it at people. You don't even need to, like, that stuff will run fine nowadays. Like, we could get away with it. So just go for it. Like, just do that. Instead, we've got so many dead lobby games, I tell ya. But, like, all of that exists and probably can run on decently potato hardware, like 10 years old now. You don't need RTX, you don't need all this fancy stuff to run this. So all you need is a decent amount of memory, really. It's kind of the gist, and fast memory always helps. There's certainly lots of things, and, you know, those chips are definitely nice in doing those kinds of things, but do you need them in order to run your machine learning stuff? No. So, okay, well, I only need 8GB of VRAM because that actually does the stuff that I want to do. And Nvidia's like, oh, but you were spending so much on so much memory before. I don't think I really need it now. Oh, but, okay, but, you know, do you want to pay, like, this amount? And they've casually kept the price up a bit because the demand is still there. People still, you know, want to do things that can require these graphics cards, and certainly there's some insane stuff that the 5090 purchasers will always want to, you know, be doing, but there's a reason why, like, the 5090 is, like, quadruple the performance of a 5060, because, like, we don't need a close, well, one, they've figured out how to scale it ridiculously, so that's always a good move, but, also, like, the actual demand for the top end is not there as strongly these days, or at least, like, in the mainstream, like, how would I put it? The range of performance targets that people actually need is quite drastic. For computer graphics, for video games, like, hold on. I put in Trackmania. Like, I recently played through Trackmania Turbo on the DS, this is a segue, but I put Trackmania United just on my computer again. It's good fun, it's always good to visit that game, it's so easy to hop in and out. And, I just was like, I'm putting the game at 4K, I bump up the graphics settings because the default max settings is not really the max settings. You gotta just go into that control panel and turn on slightly higher shadows and stuff like that. And I'm like, this game still looks great. It's obviously, you know, like textures and the models are a little bit, like you could spot it at times, and especially when you're stationary, but it's like, it's fluid. It works fine. And I'm like, that's a game from 2006, or to be generous, 2008 for the Forever version. But like, it looks fine. It's like, I don't see a huge visual problem. And this thing ran on potatoes. This game is like, just doing fairly simple stuff. So, I still say, you know, like the Dirt 3 era, that kind of like late Xbox 360 era, games were crazy optimized and looked pretty alright, and half intended for resolutions above 1080p, because people thought that 4K was kind of right around the corner. And then the PS4 decided, not quite. Well, we're going to push for 1080p 60 instead. And then the games proceeded to not do 60 FPS. And then the Xbox, the PS4 Pro came out, and they touted 4K. And how many games ran at 1800p? Like, and we didn't have like the upscaling in the same way. So some of it was like all over the place in terms of like actually getting to that resolution. Nowadays, we cheat, we upscale. We don't actually render anything at 4K still. Unless you're playing an older game, then you can get away with it, but yeah, like, new games, I don't know what's going on, but they're absurdly, like, intense. There's a, part of what we're seeing with the 9060 XT reviews is that the 8GB card is, it struggles. And same with the Nvidia one, not to say that, like, oh, Nvidia makes it out scot-free and AMD doesn't. I have a hunch that Nvidia's compression algorithm has always been better for the, for storing to the memory. So you might see some scenarios where maybe it actually does fit on a 5060 Ti 8GB, but not on a 9060 XT. I think someone's going to need to do some tests here. I saw one case that said the complete opposite, which I'm actually kind of curious about, so I'll need to look more into that. But I think the point is that when a game needs 12 gigs, then the better compression of 8 gig... Well, sorry. When a game pushes... Barely any games pull 8.1 gigs, I'll say that. It's a rare sight, so... We are, it's like, oh, okay, well, we need more VRAM on the cards for the games. And this is where we get into the whole... The AI people want to spend more for a worse card. So why would anyone make that card? Like, they are willing, they're spending it. Why would anyone make that card? Good press, 100%. I would definitely do it for the good press and keeping that mindshare. The AI people are not there forever. Their needs are coming down over time. The gamers are getting to this point where their use cases are more intense than the AI people at some point. Not all AI people, because there's going to be people going, oh, well, I want to, like... start loading 70 billion parameter models into my GPU, and Nvidia be like, oh, I just want to, like, charge you up the wazoo for that one, because that is such a nuanced use case, and that costs a lot of R&D to make, and that's fair, but yeah, it's like, for gamers, historically, they've always had quite decently low and affordable prices for graphics cards, and these past 5 years have been an onslaught of all these people finding lots of value in, those kinds of hardware, so... We gotta fight for it. We gotta, like, that's... If you want those cards for cheaper, you have to be the cheapest buyer. And unfortunately, we're not, so... That's where we get caught out, so... It'll get better. I don't expect more than, like, 2 more years before it's like, oh, I can run all this AI stuff on a phone. And suddenly it all disappears overnight. It's all gone overnight, all these crazy prices. What we are seeing... at least in Australia, maybe US markets are a little different. What we are seeing is that the actual graphics cards and the process, maybe more the graphics cards right now, those prices are coming down. Partially because TSMC 5nm is now not as flogged as it was a couple of months ago. But also, I think it's because a lot of, like, this is it. Maybe there's a 9060 non-XT around the corner that AMD might release, but for the most part, it's clean. It's done. That's it. That's all the cards, so anyone who wanted to buy is like, well, I'm just going to wait for a good price now. And more stock is going to come in. They get to lower the prices. It's all happy days. This 9060 XT that they just released, if I go to GPUs again, because I clicked off for a moment, the cheapest 9060 XT that I can find is $530, which I believe is $60 under MSRP in Australia. It used to be a lot more expensive, and it's... Well, sorry, not used to, but like it started a bit more expensive. Now, granted, this is the 8GB card. Also, Nyx is almost as much health as Biendeo now. That's the power of the soldier. He do be tanking, or she do be tanking rather. 9 levels behind as well, but that vitality stat comes into play real hard. The attack stat's still not there, but I think it's just because I'm behind on levels. And the agility is also there, so very nice. Now, if I had some spells, maybe that would be a nice little top off as well, but let's see. I can't afford the helmet just yet, so we'll keep going for a little bit longer, and then we'll have another crack at that boss troll. Now, obviously, most people should probably, if you're going for gaming, most people should buy the 16GB card. That is $629 bucks. I think that's actually also $60 under the initial starting price. $629, also, remarkably, is the same price as a 5060 Ti. Actually, no, it's not. It's worse. That thing is $700. That's what I mean. The 16GB card is cheaper than the 8GB 5060 Ti here. That's kind of odd. The 16GB 5060 Ti is 800 Australian dollars. It's a lot of dollar. I don't think that card is worth it, full stop. Just, well, it'll get there, but it's a stretch. Actually, there's a $759 price one, so I'll say it's a little lower. Regular 5060 is $529 as well, which is also the same price as the 8GB 9060 XT. And honestly, if it's like, well, if you're choosing one or the other, then maybe the 5060 XT is where it's at. But we're also seeing the price go down on 5070s as well. I think I saw one for like just above 900 Australian, so... But yeah, no, it'll get there, it'll get there. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate that I still say that the biggest problem with like all these review sites saying 8GB is not enough, and I do agree that like this will gradually happen over time. I think it's too soon, and not in terms of the games aren't doing it, because they are, but in terms of why on earth are the games doing it so intensely right now? I got no clue. They're absolutely spamming, and they don't look that much better. So like, there's gotta be something up to it. Someone who maybe knows a ton more about how like modern games are built can probably point to specific design choices that just everyone in the games industry is doing at the same time. It just makes more memory consumption a normal thing. But it shocks me, because it's like, before 2022, it was a very rare sight, and all the examples Hardware Unboxed would use at the time, which they did in their recent video as well, and I really want to call them out on this one, is they increased texture pool size. That setting is literally the size of the pool. It is not the quality of the textures in the pool. It is not, like, it is just how many textures do you want to shove into the graphics card? Obviously, it consumes more VRAM, and I think they mentioned that as well. But, like, also obviously, the only downside is more disk reads. Or potentially it's in memory and you have to just transfer more. So, more bandwidth always helps, certainly. There's lots of points where you could go, oh, you know, like, it's better on this card because of XYZ. But, like, lowering texture pool size is an intended, like, strategy at dealing with memory running out. It's what it's there for. It's literally adjusting the pool size. If they write it in megabytes, it'll make it even more clear what they're intending to do there. So, like, I don't know why they are so surprised when they turn that setting up and it performs poorly on the card with less VRAM. That's like, how would I put it? What's an analogy? That's like complaining that, like, you have an 8-core processor and you run a 64 core or 64 thread process on it, and you wonder why the performance is worse than an 8 thread process. It's like, I wonder why. Absolutely shocking. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I like your hardware unbox, but like, you gotta cool it with like some of that, just max out all the settings willy-nilly and just see what happens. Or alternatively, and to be fair, I'd be a little more forgiving if I play these games and I see you pick the Ultra preset, and it by default picks high texture pool size. Then I might go, oh, okay, like that's a bit, okay, sure. But like the setting is there, and I really hope that like just use your platform and just sort of tell people that like you should never have the setting turned up if you don't have much VRAM, because that's what it's for. Also, if the game is bugged and it doesn't respond to it at all, that's also another point, but like, just test that, bro. Just test that it's doing what it should be doing. I think Nyx might level up one more time off this, as well. Nope. How far away is Nyx from a level up? I can't see in this screen, but, we're getting a decent amount of experience, though, I'll tell you that. I'll go into a level up, and then we'll have another bout. Another joust with the boss troll. 1500 health, it's so much. But yeah, hopefully being this class, it's like I can deal damage, and I can not die immediately. Because, like, he really wasn't... Nyx wasn't contributing that much to that fight. 5 damage a turn was barely anything. And, I don't have any other abilities, so that was kind of it, so... But yeah, we'll get there. We'll get the hardware. We'll get there. In the meantime, I would probably encourage, as always, make do with the hardware that you have. If you feel like you want to buy something, you know, the best time to buy is when you basically cannot like continue on doing stuff without what you've got. Sorry. Without it, I guess. That's the phrase. That's the one. But a lot of these cards, you know, it does the same thing, but just faster or incremental. And if it wasn't for games literally running like trash on somewhat slightly older hardware, then also, yeah, I see the case of like, oh, RAM is inexpensive or video memory is inexpensive, and I do agree. Obviously, it adds to the price. Like, we're simultaneously saying the cards are too expensive and they're not performant enough. So, like, we gotta figure out something along the way. Like, both can be true. I'm not saying it's an oxymoron to say that, but it is, like, it's gonna be tricky to negotiate somehow getting both better when we're just constantly saying, oh yeah, you know, these cards need more memory because they're underperforming. And then also, yeah, like, $300 US is too expensive. I do agree, it's all expensive, and I do agree, I would prefer more memory, but... Like, again, it's just like, the cards are expensive enough for the AI people to want to buy it. And unfortunately, we gotta deal with them until they're gone. But crypto disappeared. Eventually. You don't want to know why? Not because crypto was less valuable, but because ASICs were way better. And so they would just use ASICs. And also most people realize that like they shouldn't be mining anyways because it uses more power than the actual worth of the coin itself. I was hoping Nyx would get a level up here, but I guess not, so... Let's have a crack at that fight now, I guess. Do. 80 gold a night, so... Yeah. But, yeah, today's the king's birthday. Or at least, not the actual birthday, but the, holiday in, various Australian states. Not even all of them as well. Round 2, here we go. I mean, I was pretty close last time. I was, like, sort of riding it, so I'm pretty confident I'll have a decent shot at it. But this mask will also help. Here we go. Here we go. I'm surprised that this game kicks my butt so frequently as well. We're already up to stream 6 as well. I'm like, oh, jeez. There's a decent amount of quests for the next orb as well, so... secret entrance. Could it go through the secret oh, and also at nighttime. Can I just use it here or no? Oh, we can use it here. Very nice. I think we'll probably re-enter the map. Re-enter the whole town? Okay, sure. I appreciate my animal sidekick right here. That's actually kind of fun that there are, like, some outfits that appear in the overworld. I know, because we also got the Bunny Girl outfit. There we go. Up the stairs. Down the slope. I mean, I don't have much money to lose, but also my characters are, you know, might be dead for an extended period of time. Okay, time to bring it on. What was the La mirror? There we go. A sleeping monster! Meh! Okay, so how do we do this? We're just gonna go for the regular attack. I did try to use sap, or... I mean, kinda... Yeah, oh, speed up. Probably gonna want to speed up in the first turn, and then we can use increase. Get that defense up, so... There you go, that's some good damage right there. Now if we're doing 45 and also however much Biendeo is about to do... Don't kill Aaron turn 1, please. There you go, 100 damage a turn. If we can keep this up, then this might be a bit more okay. Heal more on air, Nyx, and we're going back to increase again. There you go, get that defense up. This is when unlucky crit manages to ruin everything. I think I'll do a double heal on this one just to sort of keep it up. Wherever heal more is gone. Seriously, there's 6 pages. Gets a bit tricky to navigate this. Also, it's a boss, but it uses the same music as every other fight, so... Still might be a bit of a doozy of a fight, but we'll get there. Yeah, see, like, attacks on Nyx mean nothing anymore. There we go, Nyx, and, I mean, I don't know, sap, just in case he ever wants to get hit by it. He's never getting hit by a sap, but this would really help me a ton if this happened. There are so many bosses in later games that actually get affected by defense lowering attacks. But not this one. He doesn't want to. Also, I think, yeah, increase only... sorry, not increase, but speed up only works for, like, 3 turns. So I keep... That probably was part of the problem. Always helps to just keep having that boosted there. As well as also dropping my defense, because why not? Or at least Nyx's defense. That's the only person who's getting affected by that. In theory, I don't think anyone's actually thrown off here, so... Oh, just another sap here. Actually, yeah, we'll do sap on the other one. We'll do a heal more here. Increase. Wherever it's gone, there we go. Okay. Oh, bit of a hit on Nyx. Oh, dang. That was weird. That was after an agility buff as well, so... heal air, Nyx. Okay. Let's see if we can get a heal more on Nyx. Like I'm doing less damage all of a sudden. That's okay. We're back in. We're back in. It's good. I remember him doing more other attacks in the middle of this whole thing. He seems to just be hitting me more and more. That's okay. We're still dealing good damage. But chunky boss. Chunky boss. Heal more on rags. We're gonna get increase out. There we go. More damage. Yeah, it is curious about the health bar, and not to say, yeah, Phantasy Star 4 also didn't have a health bar. But, yeah, no, I definitely recommend give Phantasy Star 4 a go. If you like your old school JRPGs, and you haven't played that one, go play it. I think I could cast Surround. Maybe that would also be an interesting one. I don't know, maybe it'll help. Like if he misses more, maybe? I don't know. Is he susceptible to it? No. What is the point in anything else? He doesn't respond to it. It's a raw damage dealing boss fight. You've just got to outnumber his number until his number is 0. Which is a very reductive way of looking at most JRPGs, isn't it? Oh. Okay, I get worried when he's like in position to take out someone. You might be surprised how much health this guy has, because it always feels like more than what I'm expecting. I'm actually curious how close I was before. Maybe I should go back through and add a little like text on screen in the VOD at this particular point in time. How much damage had I dealt in the previous fight? Because I feel like it was more than 1,000. And I certainly feel like I've dealt more than 1,000 here, and he's still going. I'm pretty sure he's got 1,500 health as well, so... Oh, that's some solid defense dropping right there. Ouch. I'm getting a bit tight on my magic. It's cutting it. It's cutting it. Oh my gosh, he's still not dead. Oh! Oh! No, my healer! My healer got killed by a crit. Ah. That's okay. We've still got the damage dealers, and we've still got another healer. Don't worry. Don't worry. I hope. Maybe. Unfortunately, air has 69 magic. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that was a gnarly fight. I have killed the king, or at least the imposter. Morning dawned. There we go. Oh, look at that, a chest. What's in the chest? That's right, it's a change stuff. You know, the one he had all the time. Oh, you were expecting an orb. Ah, oh, man. Working all that way for an orb? Never. Oh, our heroes, thank you for rescuing our real king. There we go. So we can go, I feared that I would never sit here again. Thank you, Biendeo. And then he tells you all the usual stuff. Oh my gosh, Nyx was right there to a level up as well. I mean, it wasn't necessary. I didn't need to do that. I just needed a stronger damage dealer. But yeah. Oh, that's all good. So, there's one last thing that I want to show off just before we go. And that is, if we go to, now, let's see. First of all, we're gonna need this, you know, air sort of chilling here to come back. So let's head up to the church. And then, this Staff of Change is a little bit of a curious item. Because, like, it leads you into the next encounter. Or into the next, like, dungeon. Which is interesting that we worked all this way to get all the way here into the center of, South America. Only to then just get, like, an intermediate item on our way to an orb. It's not the real orb. Actually, if anything as well, this orb is probably the longest one to get to. Because I think we're missing one other orb, and it's actually quite clear, but we just have to do a thing to get there. So anyway, at the inn, let's have a warp over to No Annuals. Now, why No Annuals? Because we're going to do a bit of a trek. And we're probably going to encounter an enemy along the way. Maybe. There you go. Let's have a fight with these enemies that are clearly not my level anymore. Although they still seem to take attacks from air, but... yeah, now Nyx is going to be the sort of primary damage dealer, and Biendeo is a little bit more support now. But I think I kind of needed that, because the Thief class was not working out for me as much. I get the kind of quirkiness of, like, a character who can steal items and stuff like that, but it's like... it's not like there's really rare items in this game, so... anyways, this is Elvenham. We've been here already, and as you can tell, elves are racist. I'm not supposed to talk to humans. So what are you meant to do about this? Well, or especially as well, if we go to the shop... and there's a horse. Hello. There's a shop somewhere. I think it's on the left side. Yeah, there we go. I've got nothing to sell to you humans. Well, what do? Well, go into your items and take that change staff, and you can use it to transform into old men. Or even demons? We aren't fooled by your disguise. Okay, sure. Or we could be dancers, which I guess are also humans. Makes sense. Or we could be old men, I guess. Different old men. There's a lot of sprites we could go between, but there's one particular, because this is a man, probably not gonna talk to me here. Dancers again. There we go. If you're this particular sprite, she starts selling stuff to you now. And what does she sell? Well, she's got this angel robe. She's got the mace whip. Nothing really too fancy. Huh. Yeah, actually, I was like, did she have like something more valuable on hand? Maybe not. Maybe there's another shop somewhere as well. Well, that's the exit, so it's definitely not out there. But it is kind of fun that, like, oh, you can actually buy something. Actually, I think there's a retro achievement for this as well. Might as well... oh. Whoops. Okay. Well, let's just run through it again. Might as well get that achievement. Just to confirm that, yes, indeed, that achievement is indeed the shop. It's marked as unmissable, and the reason why it's marked as unmissable is because we're about to give the staff away. It's here purely for a key item purpose. So you only get to do this for a very short amount of time, and if you miss out on this, oh, sorry, I'm this green human. But there is one thing that you also could do, and that is this staff changes everyone in your party, because if there's one human in your party, you know, it's off limits. You're not allowed to shop here. There we go. So I think if I attempt to buy literally this book, I think it will count for that achievement. Let's check the retro achievements page. Did I get that book? Hold on. View missables. Yeah, successfully purchased an item from the shop in Elvenham. This is how you do it. It's this. So it's kind of fun. But yeah, there is one other option you can do. Amazingly, the plush armor makes you look like this cat. And in theory, if everyone in your party is wearing the plush armor, which most likely would only be one person because only one person can wear it, then you will also... that person will also deal with you. It's a hilarious touch. It's kind of funny that that's there. But other than that, I think we're solid. Like, the only other thing I can think of is continuing on the, like, the story basically there, which, we're not too far away from something new, but we're very, how would I put it? The orb is still a fair bit away. We've still got a bit of work to get to that orb, so I'm going to warp to Dharma, we're going to rest at the inn, and then we're going to save up, and I think that'll be a good stream. But no, we chatted about a lot of stuff. There's lots of games to come out, so keep your eyes out on a bunch of them, especially Spooky Express. They're not sponsoring me in any way. I just think that trailer is very neat. I'm gonna wishlist Spooky Express, I tell you. And also, what was the other one? I didn't talk about this one as much, but it was I mentioned Railborn a couple of times, but that wasn't the one. What's the one? Modulus, that's the one. Yeah, keep an eye out on Modulus as well. Lots of talking, lots of stuff. Let's hit a save, and there we go. Easy. And with that, I would like to thank you all so very, very much for watching. If you enjoyed the stream, or you didn't enjoy it, doesn't really matter too much, but you can follow on Twitch, 8:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time every Monday. Today's a public holiday, and I still streamed. Wow. But it's always... also, King's birthday is always on a Monday. And it's also freezing cold. It's 12 degrees outside in Sydney. It's crazy. Even worse at nighttime, I guess. If you miss parts of this, you can watch the VOD on YouTube, or just see any of the other older streams, because Twitch deletes stuff after 1 week. And also, everyone is getting bit by that 100-hour time limit, so you can't archive that much on Twitch. It's kind of annoying. Even partners. It's crazy. And then, yeah, you can follow on the Fediverse, where you could see me rant about the VRAM thing before I said it on stream. Amazing. So yeah. Catch you later, Jexod. Catch you later, Blub. Have a good one. Stay safe. Eat your greens. Don't stay up too late. And remember to don't be ruled by a boss troll. He takes so many hits. Holy crap.